É preciso, é assim.
Ok, ok, pronto, já está. Vou então vou começar a aparecer aqui pessoas, está bem?
Boa tarde a todos.
Boa tarde.
Boa tarde.
Olá, boa tarde.
Olá, olá, boa tarde a todos. Eu acho que nós podemos dar aqui início, portanto já passaram aqui os 2 minutinhos da praxe. Espero que estejam todos com energia para ouvir aqui as nossas 30 startups. Portanto, dar aqui também o reforço. Que foi um trabalho aqui também em conjunto, portanto, BTI em conjunto com a Ana. Vou-vos partilhar aqui muito rapidamente a apresentação. Todos conseguem ver? Sim?
Sim.
Boa, pronto. Então, estes somos nós, não é? Portanto, todos aqui os parceiros da Journey. Falar-vos aqui um bocadinho o ponto em que estamos. Portanto, hoje é o online pitch, portanto, será hoje e amanhã, durante estas tardes. Portanto, já fizemos aqui este Needs Assessment, já temos aqui as nossas 30 startups. E o grande objetivo de hoje é que nós possamos avaliar estas 30 startups e passamos de 30 para 20. Portanto, este é o grande objetivo de hoje. Para quê? Para que possamos então analisar quais é que são aqui os potenciais interessados, para que no dia 10 e 11 de abril possamos já aqui co-desenhar os termos destas parcerias. Para que durante este período então se possa desenrolar aqui o desenvolvimento do piloto, portanto a execução propriamente dita, e então em maio termos aqui o Showcase Day. Portanto, não vou entrar aqui em detalhe, o objetivo é, este documento vocês já terão todos recebido, portanto aqui este booklet. Também se tiverem aqui alguma questão estão à vontade, mas para reforçar que o objetivo é que hoje tenham já aqui um overview destas startups, portanto possamos ouvi-las, possamos fazer as questões certas, para que então até à próxima terça-feira possamos ter já aqui, portanto, essa avaliação vossa. Portanto, aquele form que também terão recebido no e-mail que enviei, portanto, será também aqui enviado para nós. Portanto, será um form por cada entidade. Ok? Portanto, o objetivo é que se possam alinhar enquanto entidade e possam enviar então aqui este form. Pronto, então, só para reforçar que dentro destas 30 startups, portanto, tem sido aqui uma avaliação, uma seleção.
Rita, posso só interromper? Peço imensa desculpa estar a interromper só para o seguinte. Está a acontecer com alguns colegas nossos e não sei se poderá estar a acontecer com mais pessoas. Que é, eu tenho aqui relato, pelo menos de duas colegas minhas que não estão a conseguir entrar. Não sei se se estará pendente de alguma aprovação
Tá.
vossa.
Sim, neste caso é o João, a pessoa que nos está aqui a. Ele. Vou-lhe dar aqui essa indicação. É ele que está aqui.
Ok. Não sei se haverá também de outras
Obrigada pela
empresas.
nota. Vou dar-lhe aqui.
Pelo menos a Rita não está a conseguir entrar, a Cláudia não está a conseguir entrar. Pelo menos estas duas já me disseram que não dá.
Sim, sim, nós estamos a mover as pessoas. O que acontece é que às vezes não veem o pedido ou não aceitam, tenho de reenviar, mas toda a gente
Bem.
está a caminho, não se
Ok.
preocupem, eles vão aparecer mais tarde ou mais cedo.
Ok, perfeito. Perfeito. Pronto, e como estava a dizer, então, desta seleção nós tivemos quase 300 candidaturas, cerca de 200 aqui finalizadas, passámos para 84, destas 84 analisámos aqui em conjunto com a Aeroporto, portanto, estas top 30 startups que vão aqui ao encontro do interesse aqui de todos. Portanto, lá está, passar aqui de 30 para 20, em que o grande objetivo é que nós no final até possamos, é um objetivo ambicioso, termos aqui então o piloto de 10, o objetivo de 10 pilotos. Portanto, esta é a equipa. Pronto, falar aqui só em termos de qual é que vai ser o formato do online pitch. Portanto, cada startup vai entrar nesta room, vai fazer um pitch de 4 minutos e depois seguem-se 6 minutos para Q&A, em que podem levantar aqui as questões que acharem mais pertinentes. Portanto, o objetivo é que, portanto, agora possam até colocar aqui o vosso nome, que eu já vejo que muitos fizeram. Quem ainda não fez, agradecemos também que o possam fazer. Por exemplo, o nome underscore o parceiro, isto para que a startup também possa identificar. E é isso, aquilo que vos pedimos é que estejam aqui com energia, com o máximo de atenção e também fazer aqui as questões que considerem aqui pertinentes. O objetivo é que possam avaliar e tirar proveito deste timing para poder avaliar no form que nós vos partilhamos, que o Jorge também vai dar aqui um rápido overview. Portanto, é que esse form vocês possam dizer se estão interessados ou se não estão interessados de todo. Portanto, aquilo que nós sugerimos é que possam, de alguma forma, já ter, porque são muitas startups, depois podem não se lembrar, portanto, sugerimos é que internamente, ou com um fecheiro partilhado, ou com cópias de fecheiros, como vos seja mais conveniente, que possam já, mesmo durante o pitch, fazer essa avaliação e depois analisem internamente entre quem achem relevante, alinhem para depois nos enviarem até terça-feira. Portanto, é este aqui o nosso conselho. Jorge, queres partilhar aqui o documento, o form, se calhar para as pessoas ficarem mais familiarizadas?
Claro que sim. Boa tarde a todos, espero que estejam entusiasmados assim como nós para esta sessão. Estamos aqui no dia de hoje 15 startups e amanhã outras 15 que também estão muito entusiasmadas por partilhar convosco as ideias deles e para nós percebermos aqui o possível alinhamento. Eu vou, para não me estender muito, partilhar convosco, interromper aqui quem está a partilhar, mas para vos mostrar a ferramenta simples, ou neste caso um Excel simples, que nós criamos para utilizar aqui nesta seleção, nesta avaliação. Portanto, temos aqui 3 tabs diferentes. Uma, no fundo, justifica aqui o processo. São apenas 3 as opções que nós temos para dar neste caso. E temos a lista de startups do dia 1, onde tem acesso, para além da pessoa que está a fazer o pitch, a localização da startup, uma descrição breve e acesso também aqui ao link do próprio pitch de cada startup. E depois o que nos convidamos a fazer é, dentro destas 3 possibilidades, aqui um sim com alta prioridade, um sim com baixa prioridade e um não. Como dá para perceber neste caso, é um viés mais positivo que negativo, até porque a lógica deste momento é mais perceber e excluir aqueles que realmente estão completamente fora. Até ao bootcamp nós vamos avançar um bocadinho mais com este processo, e depois aí sim é que vamos alinhar mais aqueles que podem fazer piloto com cada pessoa. O importante mesmo é perceber que estes estão completamente fora de scope, completamente fora daquilo que nós temos como enquadramento, e estes estão mais ou menos alinhados. Portanto, se mudarem aqui algumas coisas, podem ficar alinhados, e estes sim estão perfeitamente alinhados connosco. Portanto, este é o grande processo, e é importante nós termos esta ideia, sermos um bocadinho aqui mais positivos nesta abordagem, porque nesta fase não é tão importante assim perceber haver um alinhamento perfeito. Eu vou dar um exemplo concreto. Há muitas startups que têm a tecnologia e nós podemos imaginar elas pivotando um pouco para aquilo que é o nosso modelo, para aquilo que é o nosso negócio, nós podemos utilizá-las mais para a frente. E, portanto, essa validação da possibilidade deles mudarem ou não, podemos fazer mais à frente até ao bootcamp. Portanto, com o intuito, neste caso, de sermos mais positivos que negativos, é a mensagem que eu passo aqui. Temos aqui também uma tab, aqui a tab I para comentários, que vos convidamos também a usar, caso achem oportuno. Como quiserem, este documento foi-vos enviado por e-mail, podem duplicá-lo internamente, mas o grande objetivo, como a Rita partilhou, é na próxima terça-feira nós temos aqui uma avaliação ou uma seleção da empresa como um todo. Portanto, cada uma, a Ana, a TAP e a Bolt e por aí em diante, portanto, tem aqui uma avaliação como um todo destas startups, e é isso que vos convidamos a fazer. Não sei se têm aqui alguma dúvida. Se tiverem, estejam à vontade.
Obrigada, Jorge. É isso. Se alguma coisa não estiver clara, estejam à vontade. Mas também para não nos estendermos aqui no tempo, se calhar convidávamos, não havendo questões, convidávamos então aqui a nossa primeira startup. Tudo ok até agora? Está claro? É importante que o processo tenha ficado claro de avaliação. Portanto, vou assumir o silêncio como um sim. Ok, portanto, temos a nossa primeira startup, Airsiders, e só para dar aqui a nota que também na seleção, nós quando olhámos para o pitch, vimos que poderia ter aqui interesse, não só para a Ana, portanto, olhámos em conjunto com a Ana, mas também pela Metro e pela Bolt. Não descurando, obviamente, aqui os outros, mas intuitivamente foi o que nos saltou à vista. Vamos lá. João.
Ok, o Léo deverá estar a entrar.
Lembramos então que são 4 minutos de pitch e depois temos 6 minutos para questões. Portanto, qualquer questão que se vão lembrando à medida que o pitch vai acontecendo. Alô, Leo.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leo.
Shall I dive right into the pitch?
Yes, please, and
All
welcome.
right. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to quickly screen share. If I could just have someone confirming that you see the red screen.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So once again, good afternoon, everyone. And from my side, it's a good evening because I'm calling from Singapore because we're traveling for a trade show. Yes, as you are aware, this is Airsiders' pilot proposal for the Cluster 1 But first, before we dive into the pitch, a quick introduction. So Airsiders is a travel tech company based in Berlin, and we focus on passenger experience solutions. So my name, Leo Ferry, as you already know, I'm a business development lead at Airsiders, and I proudly oversee the product which I'm presenting to you today, which is called Compass. And Compass is our airport journey planner. And we didn't change the name of the product just to fit the accelerator. We do indeed call this a journey planner. And so what does Compass do? Passengers can plan every step of their airport journey, and they can personalize this based on their flight. So whether they are on a outbound, inbound, or a transfer journey, they can specify all the requirements, such as needing to check in or having to check a bag or collect it on arrival. And then lastly, with a Google Maps integration we can complete this journey by providing an end-to-end itinerary. And what we do here is, given we already have the flight information, we will suggest a departure time with all of the transportation modes that are available at the airport in order to make sure that the passenger arrives on time for the selected flight. And so then, as you can see here, we have a map. So these personalized itineraries then are visualized on a map, because the idea is to give this overview to the passenger. And within the overview, also, we can break down the step-by-step directions. And we give, of course, an understanding of the distance that the passenger will have to cover at the airport, and also the walking time which will be needed. And of course, while we're at it, and perhaps maybe it's a little hard to see from this image, but we also want to highlight all of the retail options, services that are available to the passenger during their travel, with a focus on promoting everything that will be more relevant to the passenger. So for example, if this is an outbound passenger, we want to make sure that we focus on what will be relevant to them. So let's imagine a passenger traveling at the airport on peak hours, then it will make more sense to push fast track. And similarly, if this is a passenger who's planning a layover with a longer connection, then it would make more sense to recommend the Anna Lounge. And so how does this benefit the journey partners? Well, the primary beneficiary of the pilot project will be Anna. So as a platform host, Lisbon Airport can provide a powerful journey planner, which will improve the user experience of TAP passengers with this tool that will help them reduce travel stress, travel-related stress, and give them this personalized airport itineraries, which will allow them to better navigate the airport. For another partner, Global Blue, very simply put, we will highlight the tax-free refund services and store locations to all passengers flying to extra Schengen destination where tax-free refund would apply. And last but not least, to address the mobility topic of the cluster, our solution will improve all the mobility options with door-to-door gate itineraries and information on all available transportation mode, with a focus on, as you see, Metro M as the environmental friendly transportation option, Sixt as the preferred car rental partner. And there we can also highlight where is the Sixt desk to pick up a car and where do you have to return the car rental at the parking lot. And of course, Bolt as well as the car sharing service to and from the city. So just to wrap up my 4-minute pitch, as you can see here, we provide utility to almost all the journey partners. And we look forward to the opportunity of working together in the upcoming months. And on behalf of the Airsiders team, thank you for considering us for the program. And we do hope to be able soon to say, let the journey begin. And that wraps, I see I exceeded a little bit my 4-minute allocation.
Hello, thank you for your pitch. I think we can open the stage for possible questions.
I have 2 questions. Is that okay?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Sylvia. Thank you.
So, hi. My first question is that if you only have maps or if you also have images to display for...
Yeah, we have both. We have both. So this is also particularly important for retail because we want to be able to show not only the logo of a given shop, but also images, because sometimes, it's easier to find a restaurant if you see a photo of it. And then for other things such as what we call essential POIs, then we will have a pictogram. So to show what is an ATM versus what is a water fountain. But yeah, we have a POI for everything.
Okay. And as you provide door-to-gate navigation, how do you update the gate changes if they happen last minute?
Very good question. So we integrate flight data from the airport. So in this case, we would integrate with your AODB, and the idea is to have access to the same information that is made available to passengers on the FIDs. And also, there is another feature here that I didn't have time to highlight during the 4-minute pitch, but we also have a wallet pass feature, which then allows you to get a notification for a flight that you're following for both iPhone and Android, which is quite useful.
Thank you, Leo.
And yes, sorry, for Ground Force, maybe, I couldn't find a use case specifically, but...
No, it's fine. If they don't ask 30 times where the gate is, it's fine already.
Hi, Leo. I got a question. What would be the visualization in terms of first of all, is this an app or is it strictly used through Google Maps interpretation?
Also very good question. So this is a web browser. We call it an application, but it's a web browser. So the idea is that this then allows for the passenger to use this without needing to download an application. And what's interesting here is that, let's say, for instance, TAP wants to make this available to passengers post-booking. In that case, we already know what is the flight that the passenger has booked. So we can bypass asking the passenger to enter that information. And instead, post-booking, you can just say, Mr. Leopoldo Ferri, plan your outbound journey at Lisbon Airport with this link. And then this will already open up the application with all the information for that specific flight.
Okay, that's good.
And then for the maps, so this is our solution. So what you see here, it's a combination. Of course, this is a front-end visualization, but we have our own CMS, our content mapping system. So we build all of this in our backend.
But imagine the experience from the user. You mentioned TAP, okay, but wouldn't it be more efficient if the customer is selecting which method he wants to use? For example, I want to go by taxi, I want to go by metro, I want to go by transfer, whatever. So if it selects, then they would get the information, right?
Correct. So the way we do this is after we've asked for the passenger to select their flight, then they have the option to plan also the full journey from an address. So then the idea, and this is what we've done with Google Maps API. And I know on Lisbon Airport website, there is something similar where you enter an address and then it will tell you how long it's going to take for multiple modes of transportation. So we've done the same basically, because we know if a flight is leaving at 10 a.m. or let's say Schengen flight, you have to be at the airport at 8. And then we say, enter your address. And then we'll say, with Google Maps API, we can say public transport. That's easy because it's scheduled transportation with the metros, for instance. But if it's driving with the cab or someone driving himself to the parking, we use traffic algorithms by Google Maps API. So it's as reliable as Google Maps can be.
Okay, just one further question. Thank you for answering my colleague Cesar. Regarding the internet connection, so Google Maps, if you just use Google Maps, you put an address, you say you want to go there, you click start the path, and then if you stop having internet, it keeps on telling you the path to go. So you cannot leave that path. It will not recalculate, but it will tell you that's the way to go. With this tool, it would work the same?
Another very good question. So it very much depends on where the passenger will be, because out of the box, we use the GPS of the user device. And once you are inside the building, the accuracy is not as good, but it's good enough because we don't use GPS to do turn-by-turn, wayfinding, but rather we need to understand where the passenger is, because then we'll say, restart your itinerary inside the airport from this particular place. So this is how we use GPS in that sense. But yes, it doesn't allow you inside a terminal to be accurate enough to follow where you are on the map. So the itinerary on the map is more of a an indication of where the passenger will need to go. And then, of course, as you see here on the map, we break it down step by step. And if you interact with that step, then it will refocus the map on that step. If it's after security, before security, so on and so forth.
One last intervention. Sorry, everyone, for monopolizing, but imagine that most GPSs don't work correctly inside a building because the changing in locations are very small. So what we could expect is you have beacons everywhere, Bluetooth beacons, that you understand where everyone is located by proximity of those beacons. So that's very much more accurate than GPS tracking.
So, and you put the finger on our biggest pain point, because what we're presenting here is a web browser application, and this unfortunately doesn't allow the browser to use the blue dot. Sorry, the Bluetooth. So we cannot use beacons. But what we do, for instance, we work with Rome Airport, and we can use location-specific QR codes, and by scanning that QR code, we know exactly where the passenger is. So we can be quite accurate. So what we do is we have these messages that say, start or refresh your itinerary from this point on. And so then we can be very accurate on where the passenger is.
Okay, thank you, Leo.
I've got one question.
Yes.
May I? Okay.
Yes.
What are the requirements that you need from HANA to have your map updated in terms of locations of retails and service?
So we can work with multiple file formats, but most of this can be done remotely. So what we do is we use different types of map types that you will have from architectural, CAD type files, which can be quite accurate, but we can also overlay existing maps that you already have. And we it's like when you draw and you do the calking, right? We put this in the background, and we then will recreate everything in our backend by using that as a reference. And then for a lot of the things such as retail, if you have this also in the form of a spreadsheet, it's quite useful, because for everything that is a shop or a service, we will add more information than just, a POI on the map, like opening hours, photos, images, tags, if it's a restaurant, because we want to say vegetarian or, fast food, all of that. So we're quite flexible. We have our own data team that does this. And then, of course, what we do is we will probably require 2 to 3 trips to come to Lisbon and survey and make sure that everything has been mapped correctly. Also, because we do have to validate all of the passenger flows, which is quite important for us.
Sorry, guys. We really need to move forward. Sorry, Magda and Rita. But yeah, we need to move forward. We are running out of time. Thank you, Leo. Thank you so much for your intervention, and let's keep in touch, okay?
Thank you all, and mostly thank you for all the questions, which it meant that I caught your attention, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So thank you again, and yeah, I look forward to hearing back from you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Okay, moving forward. We have Zensors. Alex?
Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Hello, Alex. Good afternoon from Portugal, from Lisbon.
Beautiful Lisbon. Yes. I miss going over there, actually. I miss the seafood in Lisbon. It's fantastic. I'm in Atlanta. Based in Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm from Chile originally, but I've been in the US for over 20 years. So
Okay, welcome.
thank you. Okay, let me know when I get started.
Yeah, you can start.
Fantastic. Okay, so let me start. So I guess Alex Covarrubias, so I'm Sensors Chief Growth Officer. I'm here with Matt, who is part of our sales team. We're a company based in San Francisco. We have been around for a little bit over 4 years. We're made out of a combination between engineers, AI engineers from Carnegie Mellon University, and a team with big experience working on different verticals, from transit, aviation, retail. In particular, in my case, I have a little bit over 20 years of experience working on aviation technology. We're backed by Y Combinator and a number of large corporate investors, such as AECOM, AG, Acuity, and so on. So what do we do? And I'm going to talk about airports specifically, even though we work with different verticals, and in particular, a lot of work with transit agencies. But I'm going to really use airports as examples about what we do on this pitch deck. So from an airport perspective, there's a lot of point solutions supporting airport operations. When you look into, parking, curbside, flight turnaround, passenger flow monitoring, and so on. And these different point solutions carry, on one side, a different data acquisition layer. They use Bluetooth, LiDAR, computer vision, and other technologies. And all these point solutions have a different maturity in terms of intelligence. Some of them have basic business rules. Others have some degree of machine learning capabilities and BI. But all of this heterogeneous environment makes it very complex for an AOCC, from an airport operational control center, to integrate this data, to integrate these applications and make sense out of this intelligence in order to support operational efficiencies. So how we have addressed this essentially is we have created an intelligence layer that sits in between your data warehouse and your application layer. And we have trained this intelligence layer with airport-specific data. And so we have over 500 million of video and images that we have captured in taking different business processes at an airport. We have a significant amount of data we have ingested in terms of third-party data from an airport environment. We do quite a bit of manual verifications to make sure the AI is accurate. It can support mission-critical operations. And then doing this, we have supported a significant number of predictions, for the industry. So our foundation model is called hologram AI, and what it does, it takes, on one hand, the first-party data we capture through our vision AI capabilities, combine this with third-party data, and creates a spatial representation layer, which means really we associate the data with objects, spaces, and services, and the AI takes the representation layer and provide predictions, real-time mission-critical operations planning, analytics, and insights to your operations, either directly through our applications or through integration with different third-party applications if you decide to do so. So from an airport perspective, and this is important in terms of really having a single, integrated AI layer, we can support every single use case, from parking, essentially, curbside, all the way down to flight turn management. And this is important in terms of really managing people flow end-to-end, in order to manage asset utilization end-to-end as well. In terms of what we have done, we have worked with many different airports across the world, in different regions, in Americas, Europe, APAC, Middle East, and Africa. We have partnered with several system integrators in order to make sure, not just kind of like we have closer to the customers as well, but also that we can integrate with some of their systems to make sure the systems are more intelligent by using our intelligence layer as an intelligence capability, essentially. What does that mean from an airport, in terms of benefits and value? From an operational perspective, we're essentially reducing wait times, for passengers, improving on-time performance, for airports and transit agencies, reducing delays, and essentially use assets more effectively. From a customer experience standpoint, what we do, and we have proven that essentially the increase on airport service quality scores, Net Promoter Score, by having really a much better flow of passengers and aircrafts coming into the airport and transit agencies. Safety is a significant area of opportunity as we use Vision AI to monitor safety compliance. That's something that really, for example, in the US, the FAA has mandated airports to implement safety management systems There's 139 airports required to do this. And Vision AI has been identified as a key element in order to monitor safety effectively. And every single operational efficiency carries an ESG component in terms of really reducing fuel consumption, in particular on their side, as we reduce taxiing times for aircraft, as we reduce turnaround times. We have a direct impact in terms of airlines' bottom line, and also for airlines, Scope 3 emission reduction is quite important in what we do. So essentially, reduce costs, increase revenues, increase passenger satisfaction.
Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Okay.
I know if I fit within the 4 minutes, but I try.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much for your pitch. Okay, when we saw the pitch, it captured the attention, like mostly for Anna, Six Top and Ground Force, but of course that other partners could be also interested. So questions, Q&A.
It was very clear it was not.
Yeah, it was very clear.
I can have a question. I don't know if anyone raised their hand. I don't think so. So thanks, Alex, very much for your presentation. I see that you focus very much on a general operations airport.
Yes.
We at the airport, we have somehow some approaches in this. Our idea was to understand a bit more. I'm not sure if you had this idea, was to focus a bit more on some specific use cases, kind of eventually rent a car use case or specific use cases, and not see the global picture, because we are talking about pilots here. So the idea would be to focus on one specific area, and the first we thought of was the rent a car.
Sorry, you cut off a little bit there, Arthur. The first one is which one?
The rent a car.
Rental car, I guess, yes. No. Yeah, absolutely. We are, and I focus the presentation on transit, but again, from a rental car perspective, there are use cases as well, that relate to parking, relate to asset utilizations. That's something that really, but we advise airports as we come in and we engage, we try to identify the high value use cases that airport want to really implement, and then we start with those ones, in terms of when you have a problem, when you can really quantify a good return on investment, addressing using AI for this kind of a solution. So absolutely, for us, it's part of the due diligence we do with airports in terms of, we map processes and we identify the high value use cases.
So just to make sure, it was an option from you, meaning that you understood that our focus was more the rent-a-car area, but you preferred to do a general pitch. Was that it?
No. Sorry, I understand your question at the beginning. No, what I meant to say is that we can, even though we provide an intelligence layer all up, typically the adoption journey, we start with a specific use case. So in your case, we can definitely start with the rental car use case and start expanding that to adjacent use cases later on. So that's the question. That's part of the journey. Typically, it's hard to address this top down and introduce that foundation model, in the middle of these operations, from day one. So typically, we're going through a journey, which really is really we take one or two use cases at the beginning, and then we start the journey with airports. So to answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sylvia.
Hi, Alex. My question is related to the data. Do you already have a database, or will start building one from the scratch for Portugal?
Yes. So what we do, so the amount of data we have, for example, over 500 million, images and videos, is data that our foundation model has used to get trained, right? So when we come into a new airport, and in that pre-training enables us to get results very quickly. In opposite to really many of the AI solutions you see out there, they use supervised learning, which means somebody has to train the AI manually in order to really get results. So for us, you get results in days, essentially, with mission critical accuracy. So what the AI does really out of the box, you have good results, But as the AI sees your particular environment, using computer vision capabilities, it learns more and it becomes more accurate, later on. So essentially, it's a combination of using our data and leveraging your specific spatial data of your airport to increase accuracy and to understand the environment better.
Got it.
Now,
Thank you.
but when it comes to data, we understand that airports and some government agencies have different requirements in terms of where the data has to reside. So we're flexible in that regard. So we have on-premise solutions, we can do cloud, we can do a mix. And typically we try to, when we have some issues with data jurisdiction, we try to really make sure the data resides closer to customers. So that's something we can work on with customers according to their specific data governance requirement.
Alex, thank you so much. So the time runs really fast. We have to move forward.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's keep in touch, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ok. Então, now we have Nicholas. We should have from Wintics. So just to give this overview that when we were selecting, we also, the partners that captured our attention, it was mainly Global Blue, Bolt, Sixt, TAP, and Anna, so a lot. Let's hear Nicholas.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well?
Hello, Nicholas. Welcome. Yes,
Thank you.
perfectly. You can start your pitch.
Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to start.
Great.
Let me see if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first of all, thank you everyone for letting me the opportunity to present our solution and our company. So about the company, it's called Wintics. It's a French company specialized in the development of City Vision, our automatic and real-time video analysis software. To give you a bit of figures, a bit of context, City Vision is now deployed at more than 60 customers, local authorities, train station, airport, port, touristic sites, for example. And among them, I want to mention the Paris and Rome airports. And I want also to mention the French government, because we will be ensuring security for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Wintics, it's also 6 years of continuous research and development to adapt and continuously improve our solution. So talking about the solution, I will present in more details City Vision. It's a software that connects to any type of existing cameras to analyze in real time the video streams, to produce data such as statistics and real-time alerts, to cover mainly two topics, site security and flow management. It's a solution that has been audited several times. We have always been audited as the most accurate solution in those audits. And in 2022, we have been audited by the CEREMA with a 97 accuracy rate. It's also, City Vision is also a wide range of application with 28 use cases in the catalog. I will talk about it a bit more in detail. So regarding the airport sector, I won't go through any specific use cases, of course, but to give you a bit of context, when it comes to site security, the objective here, the idea, is that City Vision can detect any abnormal or dangerous situation to trigger some real-time alerts, so the people in charge of the security can react in real time. When it comes to flow management, the idea is that City Vision can produce a wide range of data, so the operators of the airport can better understand the passenger traffic and then better manage it. Then I want also to talk about the two ongoing projects we have currently with the Airport of Paris and the Airport of Rome. At the Airport of Paris, we are monitoring two things, both the bus stops and the drop-off points. When it comes to the bus stops, City Vision is there to count buses, but also to count people going in and out the buses. I will show you a quick demo. And also the waiting passenger to estimate an average waiting time. when it comes to drop-off point. The idea is that we're producing as many data as possible so the operators of the airport can better understand the dynamics around the drop-off areas. At Roma, I will show you a quick video right after, but the idea is that we're detecting luggage and also passenger in the reclaim area. If there is no luggage but passengers in the reclaim area, it means luggage should be blocked in the luggage belt, and the other way around. If there is a passenger but luggage, sorry, but no passenger, it means that a passenger should be blocked at a security check, for instance. And also we are estimating average waiting time passenger waiting for a taxi in the taxi lanes at the airport of Roma. I will show you real quick 2 videos. This is a video at the airport of Paris. So counting buses, counting passenger going in and out of the buses, and estimating average waiting time for the airport of Paris. And last videos, I hope I have enough time. At the airport of Roma, we are counting passengers in the reclaim area, but also luggages to give as many data as possible for the operators of the airport of Roma. That's it from my side.
Thank you, Nicholas. Perfect. Okay, Q&A.
I have a question.
Sorry, who was first?
I think it was a tie. Just choose. I will.
Rita? Okay, Rita, you can start. Yes.
I would just like to ask if this app could be integrated in a BMS system, in a wider BMS system, because this is very focused, but it would be more interesting, in my opinion, to have it integrated in a BMS that would activate HVAC, lightning, well, what BMS does.
Okay, thank you for your question, Rita. Yes, we have an integration within Milestone and Genetec mainly, and also some French VMS as well. But with the airport sector, we're mainly working with Genetec. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
Okay, moving forward, we have Tomé, right? Which was first.
Yes, only a small question, Nicholas. From what I understand, you are more focused on airports, but you already test the solution in other public transportation infrastructure, like rail stations and things like that?
Yes, sure. We're deploying the solution in cities, like local authorities, such as the city of Paris, the city of Nîmes and Nice in the south of France, with the big video infrastructures. And we're also working with SNCF, so the train station company in France, and Keolis and RATP, the common transportation network in Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you. Magda.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. I would like to ask you regarding roads incivilities detection, for instance, for the airport regarding curbside and so on. Do you have any situation where you articulate with the police or there are automatic applications of fines? What happens with that information that you retrieve?
Thank you for your question. We're working, for instance, with the city of Paris or the city of Nîmes and Nice. At Nice, the thing is we are detecting wrong way, traffic light violation, situation like that. And that goes also with the VMS questions, because police teams are working with VMS and we are sending some alerts into the VMS. So the operators can check the alerts, double click on it, and they will get a bookmark with a short extract of the video, and they can proceed to some fine. City Vision is not doing it, but the operators, based on the bookmark, can do so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, great. All good. Do we have more questions? Yes, we do.
Can I
From
ask
Peter Bolt.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So really fast. So in your proposal is to simply offer a system where we can have access to the flow of passengers, correct? We don't do, there's no more further integration with your solution. So you do passenger flow management and you collect information based on that and you provide analytics. That's it.
Thanks for your questions. We are producing data based on the video stream we are analyzing in real time, and there is different ways to use the data. First use case, there is a VMS. We can send some alerts into the VMS for the security operators. Second use case, we're providing statistical data, so you can check them on the dashboard of CityVision. And third way, the way we are doing with the airport of Roma on the taxi lanes, we're providing the data through an API to, let's say, an information screen for the average waiting time, for instance. So either VMS with alerts, statistics with the dashboard, or information, a passenger information screen with the API catalog. I don't know if it answers your question.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, we have 1 minute. So Tiago, I think it was first. Tiago.
Okay, hi, afternoon. Thank you for the presentation. We never saw a dashboard. So question, I have three very quick questions. Do you have your own dashboard, or do we have to integrate your data into any platform that we have to see what comes out of your technology? How the waiting time is calculated, if it's by zoning or another methodology, and if you have an accuracy rate when you're speaking of counting people. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiago, for your question. We have our own dashboard in our platform, which is either integrated into the VMS or hosted in a web page. Regarding the waiting time, we're counting passenger going in and out the queue. It's a gauge system. And regarding the accuracy, regarding the people counting and crowd counting in a way, we have a 97 accuracy rate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tiago.
You should show your dashboard if you have one. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. We really need to move forward. It's good to have a lot of questions, but we need to move forward. Thank you so much for your attention. Let's keep in touch, okay, Nicholas? Thank you.
Everyone.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, so moving forward with the Saffe.ai, we have... Ok, I think we can talk in Portuguese, right? Temos o André Coelho, e quando estávamos aqui a fazer esta seleção com a Ana, saltou-nos à vista que também poderia ser aqui do interesse da Global Blue, mas claro, não descurando aqui também os restantes, claro. Portanto, André, podemos começar, but yeah, we can stay in English.
Okay, no problem.
For the pitch.
Can you hear me well? Can you hear me?
Yes,
yes.
André.
So I'm André Coelho, CEO and founder of Saffe. We are a facial recognition and liveness detection provider focused on secure transactions authentications. The reason we focus on that is because we have top performance at NIST. Here is just an overview of the company, and our focus was always to collaborate with our corporate clients to create solutions for financial authentications, access control, anti-fraud. Here are the main investors, corporate investors. We say we have Telefónica, also Carolina FinTech Ventures, a fund with Bank of America and Wells Fargo as shareholders. Here is our founding team. Our CTO and the person who created the technology is a PhD in Harvard, and we have senior executives helping us to explore the technology globally. The main advantages really is the NIST. If you see providers offering facial recognition without top performance in NIST, it's a red alert. And we do have for facial recognition vendor tests since 2019, but liveness detection, which is the biggest pain. Liveness detection is the technology that assures is a real person in front of the camera, making that authentication. And this is something that NIST from the US government just tested last year. We are among the 5 best in the world that were not able to be tested, frauded, as you can see here in this list. So those are the shelf of our products. And you can see we have Safe SaaS, our SDKs, GoSafe, which is a complete anti-fraud platform that is not only making facial recognition and liveness authentication or comparison with a picture from a document. We do much more than that here. We do KYC with OCR and also analyzing the document picture, device fingerprint and background check with privacy first. So basically all the data is anonymous. We're going to talk a bit more here on that. And we are also pioneers on payment with facial recognition in store. So GoSafe, this platform that I mentioned, which is our focus and can be onboarding clients very securely and also integrate very easy, because you can see even a child can integrate. It's basically a web link in the response through email, webhook. Now it's a fashion, say that it's a low-code integration with only 2 lines of code. This is a real integration you can see in screen already with external application or website. Also very easy to customize. You can choose the colors of the interface, the language, English, Portuguese, or Spanish. Everything plug and play through the website with a no-code customization. Here is the privacy first secret sharing architecture that I mentioned. And this is the main important attribute that we have now to explore these kind of technologies in places as Europe and the US. The concept distributes the data even in different companies and servers. Here is the main use cases that we deploy our technology. As you can see, we are authorizing, for example, transport payments for buses, trains in Japan. We also did this as a pilot with MasterCard and with Santander in Spain. And also we have operations with retail supermarkets for payments in Colombia. Here you can see just a bit of that, how the user experience is. This was the pilot with MasterCard. We have the Minister of Finance from Spain also authenticating here in this video. And here is how easy to pay with your face in a supermarket in Colombia with our technology. Basically, he chose to pay with his face. And here is how fast the user experience is. Of course, we can see this implemented in different use cases for journey, for the airport, of course, for remote check-in, and in the airport gate, something that it's already live in different countries, but also for the other companies and partners. As you can see, we have a very flexible platform and tested and approved by the best test in the world from the US government NIST. So this is just some of our clients. We have the biggest bank in South America with more than 100 million clients, Bradesco. Also the biggest investment fintech, XP with Modal Mais, huge fintechs and financial institutions, and also large corporates in Japan as Marubeni, the one who built Marubeni Pay, that it's the PR, the press release you saw here previously about payments for trains and buses in different cities.
Andre, I really need to interrupt you. Okay, thank you so much for your pitch. moving forward for the Q&A. Okay, so help me, who is first? Who wants to go first?
Artur, go ahead. Artur, you are muted.
Sorry, yeah, I was on mute. Thank you. Yeah, my colleagues were telling me this. Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe this is a general remark for the other. So we, as you know, the airports, and the pitch was a bit focused on the airport side. We have already a project going on regarding biometrics with a supplier. So we thought about other use cases from other partners. That's kind of the main comment for that. It wouldn't make sense so much to get the airport, though the airport processes involved in this, because we have already a big project on this.
Okay, Q&A. It was all clear. Global
Magda?
Blue. Magda?
Just one simple question. When you have like an enrollment, you have one card associated with your face. How do you choose the mean of payment?
Yeah, very good question, Magda. Because when your colleague said they have big projects, I also can say big pain you have their enrollment. So for payments, for example, we have a pilot with SIBS now and Pingo Doce in Nova School. Basically, you enroll through the retail app with an integration, and that's the magic part of GoSafe. Of course, in large projects, you really need a safe enrollment. Imagine people frauding the enrollment for passengers in airports, for example. This is happening now. Of course, it's a place that fraudsters, they are afraid, but places like inside Europe, where it's very easy to fly without showing passports, there is already frauds with facial recognitions that we heard from companies in the UK. So it's very important for the enrollment to be secure with liveness detection, proving that there's the same person who, for example, that brought the ticket. But going back to your question, for payments, we have to link that. And through the Pingo Doce app, for example, you have the opportunity to pay with QR code. And this is just another option as authentication for the wallet you already have there. So this wallet is from SIBS. And that's exactly the same we do in Colombia and in Japan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Any further questions? It was all clear? Okay, if it's clear, I think that we can move forward. Andre, thank you so much for your pitch, for your attention.
Can I make just one question, please?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. We still have 1 minute.
Can you give us 2 clear examples of a use case besides of applying this besides the logging in to the system and checking in? What I mean is, outside of this box, does the solution have more actionable points?
Yeah, of course. There are many use cases you can use. For example, there are apps using technology like ours, and this is the magic also for GoSafe to integrate in an app like Bolt very easily for verifying the user, or even if the driver is the same person, if there is happening fraud. But we have onboarding KYC, we have tokenization, we have transactions, we have large transactions, so big amount transactions. We have instant payments in Brazil, more than 4 million per month. So basically, it of course works as one-factor authentication, two-factor authentication. But we have in our mind that the main use cases are financial services for those that I mentioned. And then we go through access control, where you have different process and use cases, for example, like e-ticketing, also payments, and user authentication. Login is the last one we do. So if just to answer also that very quick, the most volume we have at the moment, we do more than 5 million transactions per month, is still financial service with KYC onboarding and payment transactions, internet banking.
Thank you, Andre. Sorry, Sylvia, sorry, but we need to move forward. We are already running out of time. Thank you, Andre. Thank you for your time. Let's keep in touch, okay? We need to move forward with the next pitch. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, so right now, for this batch, until our break, we have just one. So it's FACEKI from Hamza. I don't know if I'm spelling it right.
The other way
but,
around, Rita. It's Hamza from FACEKI.
Hamza. So I said correctly, Hamza. Okay, Hamza, thank you so much for your time. When we saw your pitch, appealed to us more interest for Global Blue and Anna, but we want to hear you and really excited. Feel free to start.
Sure. Right. Can you see my pitch?
Yes.
All right, great. So hi, everyone. This is Hamza. I'm the co-founder of FACEKI, where we help organizations make access to account seamless, simple, and more secure. And we know with moving all our services and digitization, we are facing, or a lot of organizations have a very big question trying to answer, which is the person who's accessing those services really who pretend to be, or is it someone else? But always there is a challenge is how can we increase security at the same time elevate user experience? And this is where we come as FACEKI, where we provide biometric technology, facial recognition, and identity verification, which they come side by side to simplify user onboarding and access to account. So how does that work? So simply we allow people to onboard, like registering for loyalty program or online check-in by just scanning their ID or passport and just taking a selfie if it's required. Then in seconds, we can verify their identity, validity of that card, and that's it. But this is not all. Once they do that, they will be able to log into accounts simply by taking a selfie. And a technology which can be integrated with different things like kiosk, payment by face, for example, or even treat your client as a VIP by allowing for a check-in with just looking to a camera, like accessing lounges and checking to hotels. Our technology can be used in different ways. Doesn't require special hardware, but it can be connected to any device with a camera, which can be used for like online check-in, boarding, loyalty program, onboarding, or accessing loyalty program without a password, airport lounge access, and different things. And the benefits of our technology that it enhances customer experience greatly. It helps to cut cost, save operation time, and achieve sustainability. And these are not gimmick. We helped or we worked side by side by different organizations with the like of Dubai International Financial Court. This is the world's most advanced court. They work, mostly everything is online, their court sessions and everything. And it's an international financial court. We help them verify users and witnesses during the court online session by just the moment they look into the screens. And it's not just that, we helped a crypto exchange in USA as well to replace their OTP and verify transactions by just taking a selfie. It's an easy, takes just a second to verify users and proceed. We are more of a SaaS. We are a subscription-based service. So we charge normally peer verification we perform, and we provide our services as cloud and on-premise, depending on the service. We launched our premium services in the end of 2022, and by the end, of last year, 23, we onboarded 279 businesses of all sizes, and we support documents from around the world and support different languages. We have, even though we have small customer base, but they are from different countries, from different industries, from health to fintech, crypto, investment, security, digital wallet, government entity, and so on. We have big name competitors, but what makes us different that we have a very tight integration between our identity verification and the biometric authentication, which is the passwordless login. So it's all in one, just one step, and you can have it all. Our technology comes with liveness detection, which means making sure that the person in front of the camera is a real person. And our technology is a passive. It doesn't require any action from users, like come closer, smile, blink, things like that. It's just single snap technology. We have a very talented team and highly experienced. I have myself, background in information security and cybercrime investigation. That's all. This is FACEKI, and I'm open for your question.
Thank you so much. Okay, so Q&A.
I have a question. Thanks, Hamza, for your pitch. Just wondering if you have any tool to make sure that for the enrollment, when we show that the person needs to scan the ID card, passport, or whatever, to make sure that this is not a fake document, because then can be some compliance issues. Any tool to cross-check this kind of stuff?
Yes, our solution is fully digital, but what we do, we run a few check, what we do when we do the ID check, first of all, we check all security features within that ID or passport based on the governmental security template. We make sure it is not photoshopped and manipulated. So we check all like pixels, density, and things like that. We check the clarity of images, of text available. We do read MRZ code, which is on passport, but at the same time we do extract the text from the image itself, and we compare it together. So we compare what's available within the MRZ code or the barcode with the what's available or printed within that passport. So even if it's like, for example, manipulated, they can't, to regenerate that code. So we can flag it up, yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. We have Sylvia.
Hi. So my question is, we will need people permission to use this in our systems, or is this something treated with the government and you have access to the data?
No, we are not connected to government databases. We do it fully digital. So normally they will accept the terms that this is, will be performed security check in order to provide such a service. For example, let's think about it in, the airport perspective. We never worked with airport or airline yet, but let's imagine the online check-in, okay, where you go online to check in, provide 5 types of information like fields like name, first name, last name, date of birth, the type of document, the number of document, and the expiry date. Now, this seems easy to simplify the process, so you don't need to queue at the airport. But if you've got a family or a group of 4 or 5, and one person have to enter all this data, it's very tricky to go through all this information. So what you do is say, okay, let's ignore it and go to the airport. let that person, process this information. Why I waste my time? But with our technology, just, they will snap a picture of their passport, and we can use it as, auto entry, for example, to make the entry. So you have two ways. You can use it for security purposes, but you can do 2-on-1. Data entry, plus it can tell you if it's valid, for example, if it's expired or valid ID, it can trigger that. Yeah.
So we would have to convince people to use it to make it efficient.
Most banks use this right now. It's just, you will tell them, do you want to enter the data or take a picture of your ID? I'm sure that most of them will decide to take a picture of their ID. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you so much. So if we don't have any further we do have, it's from Artur, right? Artur was first. Go ahead.
I think it's a very quick question. So you're dealing with the biometrics data, and first of all, thank you for your pitch. By the way, how do you manage the database? So the database where the data stored.
Yes, normally what we do, we store data. See, there is two options. We are processor of a data. We don't normally store data. You have the option, but you can store it. What we do, we process the information and we send it to you as an airline, an airport, an entity, whatever entity. And you can keep that data for a certain period, or you can just, decline it, have just the result out of it. For us, we just process the data, we don't store it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Rita from Bolt, very quick.
Yeah, very quick. So use case with the airport, let's say the airport of Lisbon. So I do the online check-in. I take a picture of my passport. Imagine if it's a false passport, but it's very good the way that it looks in the picture. Does your system recognizes it? Because if it's a false passport, then I will be able to get in with that passport. If I'm not checked in the airport, I will be able to get in up to the flight.
Yes. Now, what we do, we run multi-checks to make sure that it is authentic document, a digital check. But the good things, like there is already two processes within the airport. There is the airline checking you in, and there is the passport control in some airports. And most of the time, the airline counter, for example, we replace that airline counter thing. So still, the people will have to go through the passport custom, let's say, check or point. But we do check, do security check to check the authenticity of such a document, that it's not photoshopped, it's not manipulated, the data is available. And we can even optionally do a background check. We make sure that this person is not listed in like Interpol blacklist or UN or something like that.
Thank you, Hamza. Thank you so much for your time. And let's keep in touch, okay? Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. So we have finished our first batch. Let's do a quick break. So I would suggest you to have 5 minutes. So we come back at 22, okay? So 3:52. 22, sorry.
So let's get round to what the one I need is tied up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right now. So let's not draw the line, 'cause I can't make my mind up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right. just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right now. So let's not draw the line, 'cause I can't make my mind up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right. It's unintended, but all in vain. It's what I found on my side. You knew I'd pass there, it's all the same. So let's get down to why. The one I need is tied up right now. So let's just wait a while. The one I need is tied up right.
Casio, playing on my heart just like a Casio, breaking it apart so you can let it go. Wait another year, that's not original. I'm cynical, alright, let's go now.
When all your dreams are gone and you're still holding on, you waited for too long. I know, you know the song.
Play it cool, I just want the keys back to my vehicle. They're just gonna tell you that I wasn't you. And I just wanna tell you this is how I feel. I know you feel, I know you feel it.
When all your dreams are gone and you're still holding on, you waited for too long. I know, you know the song.
Casio, playing on my heart just like a Casio, breaking it apart so you can let it go. We're not here, that's not original. Cynical, alright, let's go now.
Hey. Hello, hello. I hope you had a great break, small but good, with more energy. Okay, so we are moving to the second batch. So we have Bob, right? We have Elena here with presenting Bluetooth baggage tracking, right?
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Hi, welcome, and thank you for your presence. Feel free to start when you want.
Okay, sure. Let me just see if you can see my screen.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So thank you very much for being here. My name is Elena, and I'm here on behalf of Bob. Today, we'll be introducing our newest and flagship product, TravelTag, that is actually the first baggage tracking solution based on Bluetooth built for the airline industry. You know that sometimes we take for granted the impact that other people have on our lives. Actually, most passengers, as you may be aware of, they are not really aware of the difficulties behind the airport walls. For instance, in my case, before joining the industry, I thought that, you know, carrying my bag on a flight was as simple as putting the bag in the plane and then unloading it upon arrival. But soon I learned that ground operations are actually really, really, really complex, and that ground handlers face every day a lot of challenging situations, like short connecting flights, changing the schedule, difficult weather conditions, or limited time to carry out their operations. And you also know that during 2022, it was really common to most European airports and airlines that baggage delivery SLAs were not met. We all know what happened. We had staff shortages. We had, infrastructure limits, and that raised the mishandled bags to 26 million all over the world. And although a lot of efforts have been made and these figures are improving, we believe that there is a lot of room for improvements, and that's why we built TravelTag, the first baggage tracking solution based on Bluetooth that is not only useful for passengers, but also for the aviation industry peers. And you may wonder how we came with this. So we were there at the end of 2022, exploring different technologies and ideas to provide airports and airlines with, the definitive baggage tracking solution. And actually conceiving the idea of Bluetooth baggage tracking was a combination of an industry demand for improving mishandling together with satisfying a necessity that was already created by the passengers with the AirTags and the personal trackers. And at that time, the AirTag was all over the place in the news, viral posts like the one in the screen were driving brand managers and even CEOs of airlines really crazy. Even TAP CEO Luis Rodriguez, during the World Passenger Symposium, he suggested when talking about the AirTag that we needed to catch up with the consumer. Actually, he also remarked during that event that baggage tracking was one of his top priorities. So we thought, how can we provide the airlines with the same data and visibility that personal trackers are giving the passengers? And we started to explore Bluetooth compared to the existing technologies like bar scanning or barcode scanning and RFID. And, everything was aligned. It was cheaper, it was more sustainable, it was reusable, it had a highest read speed, it was capable of bulk reading, and there was no need of line of sight and manual interaction. So it was just a perfect combination of what passengers wanted and sharing that data with the industry stakeholders to improve the operational efficiency. So you may be wondering, what's in it for me? So the use of Bluetooth will allow for handlers to have a better working experience, will empower them with tools that improve daily operations, reduce manual scanning tasks, and will cover tracking gaps in airports and provide airlines with a lot of data to improve operations and reduce mishandling, also having a positive impact on costs. And it will also be capable of sharing all the information among all the different stakeholders, airlines, handlers, airports, and passengers, providing a better experience and a better brand image. So, well, sorry that I talked too fast, but it was quite challenging to make it in 4 minutes. Do you have any question?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Q&A. Okay, so we have Sylvia.
Oh, hi, Elena. Thank you.
Hi, Sylvia.
So this would be something that we need to rely on our customers, or is it something that the company can do it for them?
Okay, it has a combination of both. The company will be able to set, the antennas. It's quite a simple system, and it doesn't need any, difficult deployment or anything at the airport. And at the same time, there is a beacon like this one, I think you saw during the presentation, that airlines can either provide the customers, the passengers with, or they can sell as an ancillary, and they will be putting these inside the bags. So they will be using, passengers will be using the technology exactly the same as if it was, personal tracker, like an AirTag or something. Okay. But the airline will be able to receive all that data in return.
So the airline or the handlers? Because I know sometimes
both.
Airline companies don't like us to share the information about luggage with the the customers?
Well, the idea is that airlines, since they are responsible for the handlers at the eyes of the passenger, they will be the ones in communication with the passengers. But for the handlers, there will be, push communications like, for instance, this bag is separated from the whole group, or you can't find a delayed bag or a mishandled bag quicker than just looking around. You can just identify where it is. So there are different systems for airlines and handlers. But for instance, we built here, I don't know if you can see in my screen, a panel where you can track the bags. Well, this is actually me at my house, but you can see the bag journey in the last 24 hours. You can identify the last location. So there's a number of use cases you can build for airlines, for handlers, for airports, and obviously, for the passenger.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so I don't know per order, but is it Artur next?
I don't know if Sylvia still has any question. No? Okay, so I think it's me. So
Yes,
thank you very much, Elena. Very good pitch. I liked it very much. I have here two questions. One, if we are not here in a chicken or egg dilemma, meaning that you are asking to exist some kind of deployment of antennas in the airport to be able to track baggage, but at the same time, you need to have some traction in terms of the number of bags that will have the Bluetooth chip inside. Otherwise, and we come here to a point where we will not make investments in a solution that still doesn't exist, but at the same time, eventually the passengers will not put the Bluetooth chip there while the infrastructure is not there. So this is kind of maybe your comments about this.
Yeah, of course, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and the second one is, and I like very much the example you gave about the Apple. I think the solution that Apple brought is tremendous, to be honest. I think it's tremendous on a passenger perspective point of view. And if with this solution that Apple deployed, it doesn't somehow affects a bit your approach, because I find that there is room there for a very fast scaling of an option like that, of a solution like that, because of Apple dimension and because of the easiness of deployment. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure you've made a lot of questions together in the same one, but to put it simple, there has been a number of approaches to Apple and Samsung for them to provide that data to the airlines. IATA, large airlines, a lot of people even technology companies like us, but larger organizations have been approaching Apple and Samsung, to get that data. And the answer is, at least for Apple, it's not on their business, to provide the data to the airlines, to the airports, and to the handlers. So the idea behind our solution is really simple. People is paying $40 for an AirTag. You can pay for this €2, So, that makes it more affordable to everyone, not only to people that want to spend $40 on an AirTag. That's on the one hand. Even some airlines are just considering using that as an ancillary, but other airlines are thinking, okay, I'll just give it away to our premium passengers so that we start, getting a number of interesting bags having the tag. So, the moment that we set the antennas, it's at the beginning. The antennas installation is really simple. It's not that you can imagine, like the barcode scanning or anything really complex like carousels at the airport. The antennas can be just in any Android device or even in a computer. It can be set on a computer or really, really simple hardware devices that can be actually, worn by someone or, just around the airport. So your question makes sense, but it will be all at the same time. You can have the antennas and then the number of tags will start growing because the technology is already really popular with the passengers.
Thank you so much for your time and questions, like everything on time. Let's keep in touch, okay? But
Yeah,
for
sure.
that the solution might be interested for ground force and for TAP, for the technology itself. Okay, let's keep in touch, and we can move forward.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Enjoy. Okay, so now we have Asaf from SeeTrue.
Hi.
Sorry, shall I just quit
Yeah,
the meeting?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Asaf.
Hi.
Hi. Feel free, welcome, and feel free to start.
Okay, thanks. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
1 second. I don't think I share the right one. Okay. So, okay. So I'm sorry. So hi, I'm Asaf Frankel, co-founder and CEO of SeeTrue. Thank you for hosting me today. I want to tell you a personal story. I travel at least 15 times a year for the last 20 years, and I don't like standing in lines and the hassle in security checkpoints. With that in mind, we started SeeTrue because we believe passenger experience is important. SeeTrue is a software company providing checkpoint optimization solutions with artificial intelligence. We're 80 people, the largest group in the world doing artificial intelligence for security screening. Our solutions are implemented around the world since 2019. Last year, we stopped more than 1.5 million prohibited items in security checkpoints in airports and other venues. We're a global company operating from Tel Aviv, New York, London, and Amsterdam. So let's see for a second what we're doing.
Long queues, bottlenecks, and hours of waiting. These are typical airport security scenes. But it doesn't have to be this way. SeeTrue's field-proven AI-based software solution is revolutionizing airport security screening. This technology seamlessly integrates with X-ray and CT screening machines, detecting and pinpointing prohibited items in less than a second. SeeTrue's APID's automatic prohibited items detection software identifies emerging threats and prohibited items even when they're altered or disassembled. The technology's ability to rapidly clear bags with extremely low reject rate is a game changer for operational efficiency, and that, in turn, significantly enhances passenger experience. Embrace the future of airport security screening with SeeTrue's AI-powered technology.
I'm really moved from the clip, but mostly it was to show you how it looks in a real environment. So we cover both X-ray and CT systems as scanners that are now getting into use in Europe. You can see an example on the top right of our X-ray system, on the bottom of our CT system. But the most important thing is that our system works. And compared with security officers, it yields better detections. We see between 2.5 to actually 4 times better detection when we compare it to officers. But more importantly, it's faster and it has lower reject rate, meaning that you're actually opening less bags, but the right ones. And the whole point of it is making it faster. So you stop less bags, the queue is getting shorter, and people are getting faster in the lane and having better experience. So overall, on one hand, we improve security and help all the airports pass audit processes and give better security, but we care mostly for operational efficiency, making the process effective with less people. So we improve operational cost, and we're taking the passengers faster into the commercial area. So they have more time in the commercial area and suffer less hassle in the process. So it's a win-win for the passenger, for the airport, and regulators that prefer better detection as well. I think I'm up with I have even 20 seconds trying to go fast. So practically,
it works. It provides value. I just got today that we found we managed to help an airport in Europe with an audit, and we see better results with our customers around the world.
Thank you. Perfect timing. Okay, let's go to the Q&A. Questions. So we have Tiago from Anna. Please.
Hi, Azaf. How are you? Thank you for your presentation. Well, this security is my middle name, and as you know, this is highly regulated and is part of a EU regulation. So to use this technology, which is very welcome, and is in our projects or in our future projects, we need to know, is it certified? First question. Second, if not, and thank you for giving us feedback that you helped one airport in an audit. If you were using it as an assistive mode, let's say, because if it's not, if you can just give a little more explanation on what is on your roadmap for certification, please.
Sure. So you hit the main challenges here, which is the regulation. And the way we operate, we have several configuration. It comes from full automation, and we have customers using our system as their primary screening. And it was approved for use in some countries, not in aviation environments, but in other environments. In aviation, we just got a slot for an ECAC test for our city solution. So we're hoping to get past the new APIDS regulation later this year when the test actually comes. We were evaluated already by the Dutch regulator before the formal APIDS regulation came out, and we worked operationally at Schiphol Airport in a city lane with our system, clearing bags in auto-clearing a certain percentage. So that's when we're going for full automation. Regardless, the system is also used as for officer enablement in operator assist mode. This doesn't require, at least European approval. It's practically an airport decision whether they want to use it or not. And this helps immediately with passing audits and improving the level of security at the airport, as long as making the process faster. So once regulation kicks in, you can enjoy show an alarm, meaning that you'll have a percentage of your bags cleared automatically, and officers will cater for less bags. And before that, you can get a faster process with the existing pace and better detections and adhere to audits and practically to security better. I hope it answered your questions.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your answers. We at this moment can only deploy something that is certified. So maybe when you have it certified, we will be able to see how can we work together.
I can tell you that we have customers in Europe using our system, airports using the system in operator assist mode, and using it before the regulation was formalized last year. And it's and if you'd like to have a joint discussion with your local regulator, we can care for that. We're having these all the time. We have some opinions and from regulators and ACI that recommend using operator assist for improving the current processes.
Thank you so much. We've tried it in the past and the authority did not allow it. It doesn't mean that today it won't allow it. So thank you for your presentation and for your hard work in being one of the APIDS technology leading partner. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Any additional questions?
Sorry. Thank you, Tiago. Thank you so much for your questions. Okay, any further ones? Okay, so I think we can move on. And I want to thank you for your pitch, Ethan. No, Azaf. And let's keep in touch, okay? Thank you so
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
your attention.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, so now we have Ethan from Waymap. And when we were selecting, we saw that could be very interested for a lot of partners like TAP, Global Blue, Bolt, Sixt, Metro. So yeah, feel free. And let's get in Ethan.
Hello.
Hello, Ethan. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
thank you for your time here. Feel free to share your pitch.
Thank you. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Right, shall I begin?
Yes.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting us to this pitch. Waymap have created a navigation app, navigation and wayfinding app that works indoors and outdoors and was designed first for blind people. So we know it works for everyone. We're here to solve two big problems with navigation apps. So I'm just trying to... Yeah, two big problems with navigation apps. The first is that they don't work for everyone, in that they're not accessible or accurate enough for everyone, and they don't work indoors for anyone, because you can't use GPS indoors, and you can't always guarantee constant connection to Wi-Fi signal or mobile phone signal. Because Waymap doesn't use GPS or use signal to work out where you are and locate you, we can provide that guidance for people. We only use the sensors on the phone to track the user's motion as they walk around and a map. We're also lower maintenance than other navigation apps because we don't need to install anything around the building. And we can provide more confidence for people because when you're walking around and if you lose signal, we don't lose you because that's not how we know your location. So you don't need constant connection to do. So we know we're more accessible and confidence building for passengers than other products. In the airport context specifically, passengers have a right to assistance, but Waymap can offer a degree of future-proofing because as technology changes, the expectations and demands of passengers will change. And because Waymap's at the cutting edge of navigation, indoor navigation and wayfinding, we anticipate being able to offer that into the future. We also, because we can offer passengers greater independence as well, we also believe that we can help airports make a saving and focus their resources most on the passengers that need it, because we can have more people be independent if Waymap's available. Largely, it's about information availability through the app. Once we've mapped it, you'd know everything that's in the airport, how to find it, and then you can be located and tracked and navigated accurately to it. We can work in any language we translate the map features into. We're more accessible than the fixed wayfinding terminals. And unlike physical signage, we can be updated instantly through the digital map. We can guide users and passengers through the entire airport experience, right from arrival. If we're live in the city, we can get them to the airport as well. We get them from arrival to find baggage drop, find where security is, explore the retail experience, and then get them to their gate. In terms of passengers with reduced mobility, it's where Waymap really comes into its own because of that accuracy and how we can grow people's confidence to navigate. We've done lots of trials, but in Los Angeles, in particular, was one of our larger trials. we found that 81% of blind and low vision participants found the instructions easy to understand, and that overall, 96% of people involved said they would be more likely to use public transportation independently if we were around. We're confident that if we can guide users with no vision around a space, we can offer an exciting experience to everyone. I'll leave it on, and that applies not just to airports, but across cities. So we have a city-wide vision across city metros, public buildings, and an outdoor experience powered by GPS as well. But I'll leave it there, and I will cover anything you asked me in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great pitch. Okay, so time for Q&A.
Hi, hello, Ethan. Thanks for
Hello.
your pitch. I have just a question to make sure that I fully understand your service. Let's imagine this specific user case that I'm a traveler entering to Lisbon Airport and I need to find where his customs is. How this would work?
So you would enter customs into the app. We would automatically generate you a route to customs, and then you would be navigated from there. If we know which door you've entered the airport into, we'd know where you are already. If you didn't know where you were, we have a camera-based "Where am I" function where you can confirm your start point, and then you can begin your journey from there using our sensor-only tracking.
Okay. Second question, and this would mean that the traveler would need to open your app, or this can be integrated in this case, Global Blues app?
Yeah. So at the moment, as of February, it's our app. We'll have an SDK enabling integration by the end of Q3.
Q3. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Sylvia, I think it was first.
Hi,
Yes.
Ethan.
Hi, Sylvia.
This would be only indoor navigation.
No, so anywhere we map. So if we map outdoors, we can work outdoors as well using our technology to navigate people around. So we've done big shopping centers outside as well. But if we haven't mapped it, we will, and it's outside, we will use GPS.
Okay.
So we can use GPS as well, but we're more accurate than GPS where we've made maps for.
Also, do you plan to integrate flight data, for instance, to navigate people?
Yeah, if that was required for a customer, we already integrate with public transportation data feeds. There'd be no reason why we couldn't integrate with flight information or boarding pass information as well. It's not something we've done yet because we haven't done airport work yet, but it's part of our ambition. And if we had a partner that required it, it would move way up our roadmap.
That's good. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, now we have Rita. I think it's the second, right?
Hi, Rita.
Hey, it's not Rita, Cesar, but
Hi, Cesar.
Okay, so I got a question. How do you solve passengers not wanting to download the solution? Because for blind people, this solution is a need. They need this to be more independent. But the remaining people don't need this to be more independent. They have their sight to rely on and their senses. So how do you solve this, really?
Yeah, if someone doesn't want to use it, then they won't use it. But we think that given we always see the frustration people have with fixed wayfinding terminals, you see people go up to them, struggle to use them, and then not get a good outcome. We can replace that outcome. So we can put up a QR code, easy to download, or in the same way that people didn't think they needed SatNav before SatNav came along. We think we can be for indoor navigation what sort of knowing everything that's in a space, in an airport, in a shopping center. We can provide that wayfinding solution.
Because you see that can be the main concern. getting users on board?
Yeah. I think with any user recruitment program will involve a lot of collaboration with partners. But we also think if given people are very socially minded, if people can understand that they're helping people with disabilities, if they use this navigation app instead of another navigation app, then there's also an element of motivation to switch as well. But yeah, I appreciate user recruitment will always be a key challenge in any environment.
Okay, just one further question, sorry. So I say in the app that I want to go from one place to another, let's say gate, whatever, gate 20. Does it tell me like all the steps that I need to take? It's like Google Maps or...
Yeah, well, Google Maps, but more granular. You'll get more detail about what you need to do. And then as you're walking there, we'll track you with your movements and then give you instructions at the right time. So the same way SatNav does outside, we can do that inside using your motion as you walk around.
And do you tell me how long it takes for me to get to that place?
Yeah, we can give you an estimation of how long it will take and how far you are along that journey as you go.
Okay, but not the current real-time lines or...
Yeah, if you're using public transportation, we can provide that information. But if it's just an A to B walking around a building, then there's no data feed there. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That's right.
Okay, great pitch, great technology that we believe that could be suitable to a lot of circumstances, not only inside the airport but also outside. So also creative. This is a challenge for our partners to see the potential of it. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Let's keep in touch and let's move forward for the next one. Okay, so we have Alex from Evitado.
They should be entering now, Rita.
Okay, great. Okay, so when we selected the startup, the partners that caught our attention the most were Ground Force and TAP. Also be creative for the others that might see potential also on this. But yeah, it's good to have this overview already. Okay.
So
Alex, feel free. Yes, welcome. Thank you so much for your time, and feel free to start.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. My name is Alex Kasinek. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Evitado Technologies. I'm joined by my co-founder, Andrew, and we are on a journey towards automating airport ground operations. We got started on this journey because we realized that the ground support equipment industry did not have a lot of technology to help avoid risk caused by human error. So you can see this aircraft is being towed into a final parking position, and the operator is looking forward and cannot see that loading device has been placed improperly, and that caused millions of dollars of damage and keeps that asset on the ground rather than in the air generating revenue. And we set out to solve this problem with our first product, which is called Elviz, that uses a three-dimensional LiDAR, and the user can input whatever aircraft type they're moving. And then the system is able to place where that aircraft is and any potential collisions around it and alert the operator in real time, a light, a buzzer, or this two-dimensional interface if there is an object getting too close that they should stop and avoid this incident. So this is a situational awareness tool, but we're also working on doing some semi-automation, which is stopping or trajectory control if we see a specific collision. We've implemented this product in several airports and maintenance, as well as aircraft OEM and military operations. So you can see a few examples of the implementation here in different airports. And basically, we have three main value propositions for the ground handler or the airport operator, which is to reduce the labor pressure, avoid these incidents, and also digitize and understand your operations. So, we can give you a heat map of what risk lies in your operations, times of when we saw various objects come too close to the aircraft while you're moving it, and help you move towards having that data available for your operational analytics. We think that this can save between $30 and $120 per movement. By working with our current partners, we've come up with these numbers, so they're from existing customers that we have. Some quotes. The one that I like to point out the most is that LVIS is faster and more attentive than the wing walker, and it allows us to be more proactive and give time back to our labor force. Another EU airport is using it to reduce personnel requirements to better meet their growth demands. And beyond just moving aircraft, we have the vision to put this technology into really any of the GSE equipment to help with tracking and automation. We can also do various security applications in the infrastructure of the airport. For example, like monitoring the roof for safety barriers, or monitoring the gate area, monitoring the hangar. These are all things that we've highlighted as potential use cases for our technology. And so this is the static infrastructure monitoring implementation that we have, where the sensors are now sitting instead of with the vehicle, or sitting in the infrastructure monitoring the aircraft as it pulls into this hangar bay, trying to park it correctly the first time and avoid any accidents. And like I said, we're launching a risk analysis tool halfway through this year to help you better understand where risk lies in your operation and get to the root cause a lot faster. That's more or less all I have for you guys today. I look forward to answering your questions about the company and the product. Like I said, Andrew's with me on the call. He's based in Germany. I'm based in the US. We have 13 active systems around the world and over 25 on order. And yes, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to answering any questions.
Thank you. Great timing. Thank you so much. Okay, Alex, let's move on to the Q&A. So questions for Alex. We have Sylvia. Yes, Sylvia?
Hi, Alex. Thank you for your presentation. So exactly what technology are we talking about? And what are the equipment, what are the requirements to be installed, and where they need to be installed?
Yeah, so we're using three-dimensional LiDAR, which creates that point cloud image that I was showing you, for example, in this video. It comes in for ground force, that would be this portable unit that you can either put on the pushback tug. You can also use the same hardware to integrate that into the pushback tug. So it just slightly different configuration where it takes power from the tug directly, or you can have it take power from an external battery. So there's not a lot of interface that's required.
Got it. So sorry to one more question. As you mentioned the battery, what is the duration of the batteries, more or less?
It uses like a standard battery that you can see in like a drill or any other power tool. So that'll last about 4 hours of runtime, and in a kit we bring 2 of them and a charger, so you can just swap it out and keep running it throughout the shift. It can also be directly plugged into the tug power, so you can just there's a little socket on the side of the unit that you can plug it in if you have a power source, and that is also a way to power the unit.
Thank you.
Okay, Artur.
Hi, Alex. Thank you very much for your presentation. I liked it very much. Regarding that image there, the Elvis equipment you have there on the slide, I think it would help to have a comparison, let's say with a vehicle? Because to be honest, at least for me, it's not clear what's exactly the size of that equipment.
Yeah, so
Okay.
maybe this image would clarify it. So it's really not bigger than a shoebox. It weighs about 5 kilograms. So this is the portable implementation. And like I said, we can also integrate it, retrofit it into the vehicle. So we place the LiDAR somewhere, and then we place the computer, and you can have the input from the power from the tug. And
Yeah.
you can see there, you put that battery in and turn it on, and then just place it on top of on the pushback tug, for example.
Okay.
So that's the portable implementation.
Okay. How would you suggest a trial? So you would suggest with 2 equipments of this, you would suggest a trial with 3, with 5? How do you usually have been addressing trials?
It really depends on a couple of factors, like the budget that you guys have, and then also what you'd like to show. If you have a couple of problem areas where you have like a tight gate or something like that you want to prove that the system can help you with situational awareness. Or if you want to say, I want to use one gate for narrow bodies and one gate for wide bodies and just compare the two. Or you could just have one portable unit that you transfer from gate to gate to try it out in different situations. And that's sort of the benefit of having this portable solution, is that you can be flexible with how do you implement it. Usually we look to prove a few user acceptance qualities, like that the warning comes sort of in the way that your workers respond well to. Like, it's not distracting them, but it does give them the information they need at the time they need it. And each organization is a little bit different depending on their operational setup in that regard. And we are flexible to implementing different types of user interfaces. So that's one of the main things we usually look to figure out during the trial period.
Great, thank you, Andrew. Okay, so Frederico, I think it's next, right?
Hi, Alex. Have you tried this solution in baggage trucks and baggage vans?
No, we have not tried it on other vehicles yet. However, we would be interested to try it on other vehicles. So in principle, the technology we've developed is to recognize where this aircraft is. So if you look at this image, we can tell where the aircraft is in 3-dimensional space, and that's from the perspective of the pushback tractor. But you could do that from the baggage tractor. You could do that from whatever vehicle needs to approach the aircraft. And then, we could provide different types of collision warnings, like vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to infrastructure, vehicle to aircraft. We just so happen to be focused at this point on doing, pushback and repositioning, but it doesn't mean that we cannot apply it to other applications, and we are interested to pursue that.
Okay. And could we schedule a trial for this?
Yes, of course. That's why we're here.
Okay. But regarding the trucks and the vans into aircraft or intercollisions between the vehicles?
Yeah, I mean, it may take a little bit of conversation back and forth about figuring out exactly what you'd like to do, and then we could give you a timeline if we need to develop something new for that trial. If you want to do like pushback or repositioning, that's something we can implement relatively quickly. If you want to do it on another vehicle, we may have to sort of figure out the exact timeline for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we are perfectly on time. Okay, thank you so much, Alex and Andrew. Let's keep in touch. Okay. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Moving forward.
Thank you.
So we have Sarah from Eve, right? So yeah, once again, so the partners that caught our attention when we were selecting Eve, it was mainly ground force, sixth and top. But I challenge here the other partners to also be creative and see if these solutions might adapt your challenges as well. Okay, so let's start with Sarah. Sarah, feel free, welcome once again.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, and feel free to start your pitch, okay?
Yes, just gonna share my screen, and then if it's showing up for you, you can just let me know so I can present with the slides visible.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, then I'm just going to start. Thank you again for having me. My name is Sarah. I am the CEO and founder of Eve. We're a Dublin-based e-mobility intelligence software, and we empower logistics transportation companies to electrify their fleets. And obviously, in the context of the journey, we would also love to help you empower more sustainable airport mobility. The way we work is through our intelligence platform. We're completely cloud-based and we streamline the electrification success for commercial fleets. So we work with businesses from the first steps of setting up their electrification strategy based on live ICE vehicle data, through optimization of their charging transactions, reducing their charging investments, and also providing them with impact and emissions reporting to further decarbonize the energy sources that the vehicles are being charged with. So essentially, we can work through every step of fleet electrification with our customers, empowering them to not only be more efficient and ensure that the fleet is running smoothly, but also obviously making that long-term decarbonization and sustainability commitment. We're currently already live with pilots across Europe. And as I said, we're completely hardware agnostic and cloud-based. So we usually work with vehicle data through our customers' telematics systems or their charging infrastructure, allowing us to understand the vehicle's behavior, the location, as well as metrics around the charging transaction. And we can then match that up internally with live data from the energy grid. So understanding the carbon intensity and the energy sources mix of the energy that's being used to charge the vehicles, and then also match it up with data around the available charging infrastructure. So through our algorithms, we then provide our customers with a clear overview of their fleet's electrification confidence. So how easy will it be to electrify those vehicles? How disruptive will it be? The anticipated CO2 emissions and cost of charging, as well as insights into operational efficiency, and also metrics on how to change the fleets and the drivers' behavior so that the fleet can run more efficiently, but also be more sustainable. Over the last couple of months with the pilots, we've been able to see really successes in terms of the emission savings of our customers. They've been able to save up to 70% of their emissions, up to 20% of their cost savings, and around 40% on an average efficiency increase. So if we sum that up, that can be up to 1,400 euros per vehicle per year that can be changed by implementing more sustainable and efficient ways of operating. In terms of maybe a success story from our side and something that could similarly be set up for the journey partners is one of our success stories, funnily enough, also in Portugal with a highway management company, where they're using our platform to simulate how their fleet would operate if it were to be electrified, to set up the electrification strategy, understand their fleet's charging needs and what infrastructure needs to be set up, as well as get an overall feasibility assessment of their fleet electrification process. So over the course of the pilot that we did with them, they have now set up fully electrified fleet schedules, and they're going to start introducing the first electric vehicles. And as I said, that's obviously one version of how we can work together, but there's also other options. So it really depends on if you, as a potential pilot partner, already have electric vehicles or not. Again, we can work on the simulation and help you get started with the electric vehicles. Or if you already have a handful of electric vehicles, we can work on optimizing the charging transactions for those vehicles, providing you with cost and emission savings, and obviously also using that data to further improve on your e-mobility strategy. From having a look at the pilot partners, there's obviously a couple of ones that immediately stand out for us as good opportunities. That would be Anna, Sixt, Groundforce, and Bolt. However, we're also open to other opportunities if that's something that the partners have maybe seen or believe that we can work together. Lastly, I want to wrap it up with our team. We have over 30 years of industry experience in the automotive industry in sustainable energy and artificial intelligence. So we're ready to help you electrify your fleet and be part of this program. And with that, I want to leave it over to you. I'm excited to answer any questions that you have, or obviously if you have ideas of how we can collaborate together.
Thank you, Sarah. Great pitch. Thank you for also the customization to the journey and to potential partners. Okay, so now Q&A. Any questions? Was all clear? Okay, so we have Rita from Bolt.
Yeah, hi, Sarah. Thank you. for your presentation. Just I just liked a bit of understanding on how you would suggest to put this in practice, especially for well, from Bolt, but obviously from all the other partner side as well.
Yes, so I can give you a little bit more insights on that. As I said, we usually take vehicle telematics data, so that can be from a fleet management system, but also GPS data that would allow us in the software to create bespoke fleet models. So that can be a fleet like Bolt's fleet, where obviously there's a lot of unpredictability for what those vehicles will be used during the day, but we can essentially set up a model that would allow you to understand on average, what are those needs of those vehicles if they were to be electrified? So, for example, when or how many shifts can that vehicle run through? How many trips can a vehicle do before it needs to be charged again, as well as what infrastructure availability does there need to be? So, essentially, the platform is set up in a way to empower our customers to simulate their fleet's electric vehicle uptake and also provide them with the insights of what is needed for those success factors. And then obviously on top of that, like I said, if you already have drivers, like in Bolt's case, if you already have drivers that are using the electric vehicles and you're looking for more insights around their charging, whether that's to decrease the carbon emissions on the charging or, for example, decrease the spend, that's also insights that we can provide through the platform. So you would be able to see that on the driver and on the charging transaction level. And we would send dedicated insights either directly to the fleet manager or to the driver on how to operate and charge that vehicle in the most efficient way. But really, again, obviously, the idea of that program from our side would also be if there's something specifically that you're looking for in the realm of e-mobility analytics, that's obviously a conversation where we can look into if that's something that we can provide through the algorithms on our platform as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, great. Further questions? No, it was all clear. Or it's just we are tiring. Okay, so if we don't have questions, I think we can move on. Okay, so I would like to take advantage also of this time to say that for the ones that want to didn't have the chance to make the questions or would like, and after these speeches they you think and would like to make some further questions, so feel free to reach out to us, okay, and we can reach the startups with these questions or ask directly to them if you want. You have the emails also on the pitch. We have Artur here. Sorry, Artur.
Yeah, Rita, no, it's just a quick share more with the other partners
Yes.
that we are already talking with Eve and with Sarah.
Hi, Arthur. How are you
In
doing?
the scope, how are you, Sarah? In the scope of other program, that's why you are not seeing so many questions from our side, because we are in close contact with Eve already. We knew the startup before this program, and we are already talking with them. That's the main reason. And we are not putting
That's
questions.
good, and that's a good validation also for the other partners.
Yeah, obviously for our fleet, we obviously, if we are in contact with them, it's because we found interesting, but it's up to the other partners to see if it makes sense for their own fleets.
Perfect. Thank you for the endorsement, Arthur. And Rita, if I can just say, obviously, I know that I think I'm the last startup out of the batch too, so I know there were a lot of pitches. So feel free to share my email. If there is any question afterwards, I'm happy to reply after email. I know that sometimes after a long day, it's very difficult to kind of remember everything that was being said. So I have no problem if you want to reach out via email as well.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you, Artur. I think that was really relevant, this overview. And it's also a validation if any other partner is interested, of course. Okay, so having said that, I think that we can move to our break. Jorge, help me. It's break, right? It's
Yeah,
not.
thank you, Sarah.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm
It's-
gonna
Thank you.
leave. Enjoy your break and have a
Thank you,
great
thank
rest
you.
of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Let's keep in
Bye.
touch. Thank you. Bye. Ok.
Great, Stanford.
Então, obrigada pela vossa atenção. Então, vamos agora para um intervalo um bocadinho maior, de 10 minutos, para irmos então para o nosso último batch do dia de hoje. Portanto, vou sugerir voltarmos às e meia, não é? Portanto, 4h30. E é isso.
Rita, desculpe,
Sim.
eu hoje vou
Sim, sim.
precisar de sair um pouco mais cedo e não vou assistir a todos os pitches. Está a ser gravada a sessão, não está?
Está a ser gravada, sim.
Onde é que eu depois informo onde é que podemos ver?
Sim, sim.
Ok,
Nós vamos partilhar.
obrigada.
Nada.
Rita, queria também só aproveitar, a Helena, queria aproveitar para dizer que, de facto, é exatamente o que a Rita disse há pouco. Há aqui temas que são do interesse da nossa empresa Ground Force, mas
Claro.
que, de facto, precisamos, conforme aquilo que foi a matéria que nos enviaram, toda a documentação, precisamos também, inclusive aqui na parte que nos diz respeito mais ao Passenger Services, falar aqui também com os colegas e envolver mais pessoas, inclusive antes de darmos o nosso feedback de votação. E, por exemplo, esta última apresentação será certamente importante partilharmos com os nossos diretores para maior desenvolvimento, mas para já é mesmo um first approach e depois, com certeza, que se dará maior feedback.
Ok.
Uma excelente
Claro.
oportunidade.
Claro que sim, a Marilena. É esse mesmo o objetivo. Aliás, nós quando demos o deadline de enviarem o form só na terça-feira, era mesmo esse o objetivo. Ou seja, nós compreendemos que é difícil ter um overview assim de todas e que são temas que às vezes são específicos de cada business area, portanto, é mesmo esse o objetivo. Aquilo que nós aconselhamos é tirem já as vossas notas, naturalmente, para partilharem internamente e assim termos então a vossa sugestão das top 20 aqui que vos interessam mais. E é isso, acho que se não houver aqui questões.
Vamos para o break, exatamente.
Vamos aqui para o nosso break, rehigienizar, aqui carregar baterias para o próximo batch.
Ok, até já.
Até já.
Até já.
It's over. Don't think that my love is gone. ready to go. I want to be the best for you, but I just don't know what to do. 'Cause baby, yes, I've cried for you. The time that we have spent together, riding through this English weather. And as the pressure builds, so does the tension between you and me. Time has gone so fast, watching the leaves fall from our tree. And baby, I just want you to know I still love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.
And the grass is always greener on the other side. Maybe you should come take a trip sometime. Oh, you seem keener when they turn to night. Got you dripping out your mind, baby. Tell me it's a sign. As the pressure builds, so does the tension between you and me. Time has gone so fast, watching the leaves fall from our tree. Baby, I just want you to know I still love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.
I don't know if it's only me.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you. No, somehow we can hear.
No, she's echoing again. Like before when we did the test. I think you might have touched something when you sat down because it turned off.
No, Rita, we are not hearing you. De qualquer forma, nós estamos a conseguir ouvir, mas entretanto, não
Ok.
sei se. Agora sim.
Com um problema, mas já está resolvido. Bom, espero que tenham tido uma boa pausa e agora com mais energia. Vamos então aqui para o último batch. Vou só aqui sugerir também para tornar aqui um momento mais pessoal para ligarem as câmaras, é sempre também mais simpático. E começarmos. Okay, so I think we can switch to English. And now we will start with Diogo. Diogo.
He should be entering red.
Okay, so let's wait. Diogo é português. Diogo, bem-vindo.
Obrigado.
Bem-vindo. Sente-te à vontade para começar quando quiseres.
Ok.
Não ser inglês para manter a coerência, mas sente-te à vontade para começar.
Ok, obrigado, tenho só que desligar aqui as coisas para não aparecer estas barras pretas na apresentação. Eh, acho que já não está a aparecer barras pretas. Ok. I have to do the presentation in English, correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Hi everyone. My name is Diogo Gomes and I'm the Portugal and Spain representative for Enterprise Bot. Very fast before we go into the solution, who is Enterprise Bot? It's not pressing. Enterprise Bot is a Swiss-based company founded in 2017, but since then we have grown so much and have got so many renowned clients, especially in the mobility and travel industries, that now we have teams spread all over the world. But what do we do? Enterprise Bot does artificial virtual assistants empowered by AI and machine learning, either in the form of a chatbot, an email bot, or a voice bot. I'm going to focus my presentation on the chatbot, mainly because I think it's the best solution for the challenges in the program, but later we can discuss the other two if you want. So now, what challenges do we solve with our chatbot? Namely, in terms of internal operations and customer support. In terms of internal operations, we all know how it is. The slow internal processes because there are unhelpful tickets, slow communication between departments, and the information is hard to access to the workers. In terms of customer support, we all know how it is. We all experienced it. It's expensive, it's unhelpful. The information on the website, it's confusing and hard to get. And all of this leads to long waiting times, low agent efficiency, and low customer satisfaction. But with our chatbot, we can solve all of this by automating 70% or more of all incoming queries and requests. Now, how does our chatbot work? Very simple. Our chatbot is a platform that's available 24/7 and gives answers in 2 seconds or less. Now, all of our chatbots also come integrated with an hybrid chat that allows a human agent to be called and join the conversation, not only when the user obviously asks to talk to a human agent, but also when the chatbot doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel confident enough to give an answer, calls in a human agent to guarantee the user gets a correct answer. Besides that, all of our chatbots also have a dashboard that give real-time advanced analytics, not just about the bot, but also about the user, what they asked, when they asked, what they asked more, then present all of this data in a very structured and organized way, like in tables, in graphs, etc. All of our chatbots can also be implemented anywhere, like any website, social media platform, app, and WhatsApp, and they are available in Portuguese, English, all the main European languages. But we want our chatbot to be more than a chatbot. We want our chatbot to be a platform where the user has access to all the online processes. And that's why we can integrate with any API, CRM, database. We can integrate with any Salesforce, Freshdesk, Topdesk. We can integrate with online sales, with refunds, with the timetables, with anything. Besides that, we also have our enterprise bot patent, our doc patent. How does this work? It's basically a platform that allows us to feed the bot by coming into this platform, putting here a list of URLs or documents that you provide with us, like Word, PDFs, etc. And the bot is going to, in 48 hours or less, scale all the information and learn all the responses from those documents or from those sources. Now, in terms of development and training, we take between 4 to 12 weeks to fully develop a pilot that's going to be ready and fully tested to go live with your live users. Now, why did we join the program? Because we know we have the solutions for the challenges. In terms of internal processes, we know that by using our chatbot, we're going to make internal communications faster and more efficient. And by using our dashboard, we're going to collect and organize data faster and more in a more structured way. In terms of commute to and from the airport, we can do with Metro, with Bolt, with Sixt, what we did with Currys and CP. That is not just fully automate the customer support, the Q&A, the website, but also fully integrate online sales, refunds, timetables, delays, everything on the chatbot. In terms of virtual airports, we can do with TAP and with Ana what we did with Fly Dubai and the airport of Dubai. That is, do a chatbot that fully helps the user navigate the airport, look for timetables for the planes, look how to go, where to do customs, ask simple questions, even buy tickets, get refunds, see delays, everything through our chatbot. Doesn't have to go around asking live agents, everything through the chatbot. And it's because we can do all of this that we have this long list of customers. In Portugal include Currys, CP, and even one of the partners in the program, Global Blue Portugal. And I hope that more partners from this program can join in this long, satisfied list of clients and partners. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't go over time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Diogo. Thank you for your energy and for also the customization of the pitch. Okay, so it's a good validation here, and it's a good way to end. Okay, so now time for Q&A. Questions. Helena, Maria Helena.
thank you, Diogo, for your presentation. Although it's not exactly our the dimension of your process is actually not suitable for our process regarding customer service evaluation. I think we can take advantage of part of the process and further development. We'll consider internally, and then afterwards we'll lead with further development. Thank you. It was interesting, actually.
Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you for the quick gut feeling feedback. Okay, any further questions? Okay, we have Rita from Bolt.
I have a question related to your integration with systems. For example, even with flights, but flights is a public information, so you wouldn't exactly need to enter any private systems. But let's say you ask the bot, where is your luggage? The luggage got lost. So, and as the airports have that information, right? Because they know when the bag was last checked, if it went to the correct airport, let's say. So this information is stored in the airport, but it's private, right? So this is an example for the airport, but it can be with a booking, let's say, things like that. So if I say I give my reference number, you or your bot can be fed through this private data, this private information, and answer the user.
Yes, if you have, like I said, if you have an API, a CRM, database, anything that we can connect to, the bot can connect directly to that. And like you said, if you put the number of your luggage that you are asking a specific question, like I lost, where is it, whatever. If that information is in that data set, is in that database, our bot can collect it there and give that information to the user.
Okay. That was my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Diogo from TAP.
I have a question regarding the bots. Do you want to deploy these bots in the company's websites, or do you also support, for example, in WhatsApp messaging and that type of software?
We can deploy anywhere. We can deploy, like I said, in any website, any social media platform like Instagram, Messenger, whatever, and we can do it in WhatsApp. Actually, the bot we have with Global Blue, one of the partners, is in their WhatsApp number. So we can definitely do that. Yes, we can even put it in apps if you have an app that you want the chatbot to be implemented there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question, Diogo. Okay. Any further questions? Okay, so it was all clear. Artur.
It's just to take the opportunity. If there is no other question from the other partners, then I would do a specific question regarding Anna, which is probably you did your homework and you saw that we have the Airport AI chatbot. How do you believe you differentiate from the Airport AI? You know probably that they are specialized in airport bots, so it's very specific for the airport management. How would you differentiate from them?
From them, first of all, we differentiate because we are ready to deploy. We have experience with other industries, not just the airport. So sometimes it's very specific. Okay, they are specialized in the airport, but there are questions that are going to be unrelated directly to the airport, and we can handle them better. We have, for example, year after year, we have been named the chatbot company with the highest accuracy in Europe. We have an average of 88.3% accuracy, and we even reach 95 and 96% accuracy in Portuguese. So we have the highest accuracy. And we have something that, for example, has come up a lot. Gen AI right now is very good, but if it's too open, it allows it to be manipulated. I can give this example. DPD, for example, as an AI chatbot that started criticizing the own company, started criticizing DPD. If the user talked to the chatbot there, the chatbot started criticizing DPD. That never happens with our solutions because it's an AI developed by us, controlled by us, and it's never going to be manipulated to give answers that you cannot control what they are given.
It was sorry, it was not 100% clear. This last part. So manipulated for, excuse me?
If you have an open Gen AI, that can be easy. If I go there and I want to manipulate the answer, even though I'm not part of the company, I can manipulate it. For example, the DPD chatbot uses OpenAI. So if a lot of people go and manipulate the bot to say DPD is a bad company, then DPD's own chatbot that is implemented on the website is going to say this DPD is a bad company. With us, that doesn't happen because the AI, it's ours. Everything is on our system, and we control everything that comes out and comes in. So it cannot be manipulated. Besides that, to be fair, I don't know the technical part behind your chatbot that you already have implemented, but we can implement, like you can see here in the partners, Salesforce, Topdesk, Freshsense, we can implement with a lot of things that a lot of other chatbots simply cannot do, and we can do that.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. Okay, so if we don't have any further questions, we are already out of time, perfectly on time. So thank you so much. Obrigada, Diogo. Acho que agora podemos
Obrigado. Sim, obrigado.
Obrigada. Vamos manter então aqui o contacto e tem aqui um ótimo dia. Obrigada.
Ok, obrigado.
Okay. So moving forward, we have Andrea from Parquery. Already in? No.
You should be entering right now.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm there.
Andrea?
Yes, that's me. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Andrea. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. When we first saw your pitch, it caught our attention to the main partners as Bolt and Sixt, but of course that you and we, Beta.ai, want also to challenge other partners to see this solution. Okay, so feel free to start when you want.
Yeah, okay, let me just start the screen sharing in a second. Let me know when you can see my screen and then we can get going.
Great.
Good. Okay, perfect. So I'll start. So hi everyone, my name is Andrea. I'm the CEO and founder of Parquery. Parquery is a software company based in Zurich, and we are specialized in computer vision, which is the branch of AI focusing on extracting information from images and video automatically. We have built several solutions that we think are applicable to airports. Here you see the four of them. I will go into each of them during my pitch. The main solution we have built over time is smart parking. This smart parking can be applied to cars, but then also to airplanes. I'll show you in a bit how. We also have solution to detect people, doing people counting and analytics, and also detect odd size luggages and other items that you can find in an airport, which I'll also briefly explain to you. So starting with smart parking, the idea is that there are several needs that clients and also airports have. In particular, the drivers want to know where are available parking spaces in real time. At airports might want to know if a vehicle stays too long or anyway longer than a certain authorized period, and also might want to understand how a certain parking area is used, so meaning peak times, low times, and so on. So the idea is to do that with our technology. Here you see an example of one of our projects. So you can use any cameras, even surveillance cameras, which are already installed, and then extract the real-time parking information using our software. The same can be applied also to other objects besides cars. So here you see airplane parking. The idea is also very much the same. You can use existing cameras, analyzing the feed and the images from these cameras. We can tell you exactly when a certain airplane arrived, maybe also analyze what happened with the baggage truck and so on. So you can have more insights by adding basically zero hardware and just using the infrastructure than an airport already has, very likely. Another use case that can be covered with our technology is monitoring of people. So understanding either if there are people in queues, counting how many people enter a certain gate or a certain virtual line in an image, and also measuring density over time. So these are all solutions that we believe could be relevant for airports. We have several deployments worldwide with such solutions. So this is something that can be deployed also out of the box. Our technology can also, of course, be used for security applications. Here you see some images from a use case we have in Amsterdam with the Schiphol airport. The idea is that in some specific outside luggage rooms, we detect when there are people, when there are cards and other objects to trigger different, let's say, automations and alerts in case something undesirable happens. So they have the system in production since 2019. They're very happy, and we think this is something we could also easily replicate to other airports. So just quickly over Parquery, we are a spin-off from ETH Zurich. I founded the company now almost 10 years ago. As I said before, we are experts in image analysis, focusing mostly on mobility use cases, and we have more than 100 projects worldwide. Here you see a bit of an overview. So we are based in Switzerland, and most of our projects are in Switzerland and neighboring countries, but we also do have a presence, mostly via partners and resellers throughout the globe. When you talk about images and computer vision, privacy is always a very important topic. So I also wanted to mention that all our use cases are completely compliant with privacy laws. We don't store normally any images after processing. We ask our clients to have viewpoints which do not allow identification of people or license plates. And also the software can run either in the cloud, but also locally at the client. And so this basically prevents any images leaving the local network. Yeah, so I think I'm done. This is just an overview of our solution, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys might have. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you for the customization of the pitch also. Let's move on to the Q&A. Tomé.
No, so thank you, Andrea, for the presentation.
No problem.
I have a question about some use cases about the detection of persons in restricted areas. Do you have these in low light or low illumination areas with low light conditions, or the cameras can? Okay, I understand that the cameras are your solution is more the software that detects the persons. But do you have some use cases that you use these on the low light conditions, like in the underground spaces and things like that, with low light conditions?
So not in production, especially the airport use case I shown you, we actually ask the clients to have the best possible illumination conditions. But in such cases, I don't see how, let's say, simply using thermal cameras or infrared could be a problem. Our
Yes,
software
no,
handle
with
such
light, but
inputs.
the light sometimes it's not ideal light to like you have like normal light conditions, but sometimes it's not the very accurate light to detect. Okay, but do you have some use cases? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but I think mostly by using either infrared or thermal, or there even so especially Axis cameras have this functionality called Light Finder, which is then able to generate a very usable imaging also in very low light conditions. I think that could be also another good solution there.
Thank you, Andrea.
No problem.
Thank you for the questions. Okay, any further one? It was all clear. Okay, Rita from Anna.
Okay, Andrea, thank you. Just one question. How would you imagine a pilot? And I'm talking specifically more about the parking places and the detection of free parking places and occupied parking places.
Sorry, I'm not so sure I understood the first part of the question. So how would you?
How would you imagine a pilot? Because we have
of course.
Parking lots. We wouldn't have a pilot in the complete park, I think.
Yeah,
So
no, that's a good question, Rita. So the good thing about our solution is that it's completely modular. So we have done a lot of pilots over time. You can simply select which cameras you would like to use for a pilot. Normally, it can be also in a sector of a parking area. We can work with as little as a camera, and we have projects with 200 cameras. So you can really decide the scope in terms of cameras, which exactly parking space you would like to monitor. And for us, this literally takes 1 hour to set up. So it's normally very quick. Especially, of course, with existing cameras. So for the pilots, we usually recommend to use cameras which are already there because then also speeds things up enormously.
yes, of course. Thank you, Andrea.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. Magda.
Hi, Android. Thank you for your pitch. I would just like to ask you something I asked previously to another person regarding abusive parking or something. Do you have any relation? Because I think I saw something like that. You don't record images.
Correct. Yeah.
So. Is it possible to have any relation with the fiscalization entities or not?
Absolutely. So the idea is that on our side, we read and analyze everything that we see in the images. So of course, the level of how far you want to go depends also on your needs. So technically, our software can even read the license plate, can match the data with the payments. The payments usually are either per license plate or per parking space, per specific one. And then, of course, our data can be easily matched to existing platforms to either check compliance, to do enforcement in real time. But basically, all our software is based on open API, so we are happy to either integrate data towards our platform or to deliver our real-time data to third-party platforms, so that the enforcement possibility are way more efficient in that case.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so no further question. We have Rita from Bolt.
Hi, Andrea. Thank you.
Hi.
One question. How so for the parking or for the waiting lines with people, do you have any, so you just provide us the information or you have some sort of tools to showcase? So let's say in shopping malls, you have that. Here in Portugal, in some, you have a little black bar, like with a number that has an arrow and says there's 2 empty to the right or 3 empty to the left. How do you have any system like that, or you just give us the information and we?
No, so the idea is that we provide the data via API, but we have a lot of partners in different countries for which we have already done the integration. So we have integrated with 15 different panel providers. So we can either recommend you one of ours, or you can also use an own one that you normally use, and then fetch the data. Because as I said in the previous question, everything that we deliver is very simple to integrate with just some standard APIs. So
Okay.
both options are possible.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your questions, Andrea. Thank you for your time. Let's keep in
Thanks
touch.
to everyone.
We need to
sure.
move forward. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so now we have Alberto Hernando from Kido Dynamics. Okay, so when we selected these ones, the partners that caught our attention mainly were Bolt Sixt and Metro. So let's hear Alberto.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, it's not
Can I
Alberto,
start?
it's Antonio, right?
Yeah, I'm Antonio. Yeah.
Português?
Português? Sim,
Okay.
brasileiro, perdão. Sorry. But I speak Portuguese, yeah.
Okay, so Antonio, let's start. Feel free to start.
Okay, let me share my screen and let's go. Okay, so let's start. Hello, everyone. My name is Antonio Andrade. I'm from Brazil, but I'm presenting today my company that called Kido Dynamics. Let's empowering cities and businesses with location analytics. Let me just here. Okay. So we're Kido Dynamics, a company from Switzerland. Since we started in 2018, we have grown a lot, and now we're bringing our cool technology to Portugal. We have already made a big impact in several countries, and we are excited to do even more in Portugal. So have you ever wondered how many people visit a place, where they come from, and or how crowded a street gets or an airport gets? Understanding this helps cities and businesses to make better decisions, but it's been tough not to crack until now. In our solution, we dive deep into the flow of people by analyzing the data directly from the telecom operators. This isn't about where people are, it's about understanding their journey step by step. We track the sequence of events for each user of the telco, maintaining strict privacy to build a comprehensive picture of movement patterns. But we don't stop there. We use sophisticated algorithms to scale these insights to represent the entire population accurately. This means our clients don't just see a part of the picture, they get the whole view, clear and detailed, enabling decisions that are truly informed by the data. It's about turning vast amounts of data into actionable intelligence tailored to fit needs of cities, businesses, and beyond. We mix different types of data, such as geodata from the telecom operators, and even satellite images. This mix gives us a super detailed picture of movement patterns in a city or in a whole region or in a whole country, more than anyone else can offer. Our privacy care is super important to us. We make sure all of the data we use doesn't identify anyone personally. We don't have access to any personal information, and we follow strict European rules to keep it safe and anonymous. Our technology helps us to understand how tourists move, traffic flows, and how busy places are. This information helps cities and businesses make things better for everyone. Our services is not just easy to access online, it's also incredible versatile. Think about airports, for instance. Airports are like bustling cities, full of people coming and going. Our technology helps airports understand these movements in a way that was never possible before. We can show how many people are coming to the airport, from where, and even predict how busy it will be at the different times. This means airports can manage their resources better, improve passenger experiences, and even plan their marketing activities more effectively. It's all about making things smoother and more efficient. We are not just about data, we are changing how we understand movements and locations. Let's explore these new possibilities together, where we are here to make a difference, and we will love for you to be a part of this journey. As you can see, we can help you to understand the commuting to and from the airport, and also give you a whole view about the total presence of people in the airport's arrival and departure time, the length of the stay, the frequencies, and a lot of metrics you will love to receive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Antonio. Thank you for your pitch and also the customization to Journey. Okay, so we have, well, help me. I don't know who were first. Was
Sylvia.
Sylvia. Okay. Sylvia, let's go. No?
Okay, next is
forward.
Tume.
Tume.
So, sorry, it's only trying to understand better the solution that you are proposing. But I didn't understand well what are the sources of the information about it's cameras, it's sensors, it's mobile. What are the sources?
Okay. Sorry if I didn't explain well, but we use the CDRs from the telecom operators. For example, NOS and Mel Empresas Altis, they generate events about the connection between the telephone and the antennas. And we use this data as a proxy to understand the mobility people behavior.
Okay.
This is the source of information.
Okay,
Thanks for
thank you,
your question.
Antonio. Thank you. I understand. Okay, thank you.
Are you ready, Sylvia, now? Yeah.
Yes, sorry, it
Okay,
was a
go ahead.
technical issue. So, hi, Antonio. So you use probe data, right?
What's the word? Sorry,
Probe data. They are also from the GPS signals from our mobile phones and everything, and they don't identify anyone, but they send the signals and the routes we do every day when we have our GPS turned on.
Yeah, actually, we don't use the GPS information. We use the position about the antennas. So if you, for example, go from your house to your job, we will ping in several antennas in this route, and we have this kind of data. So your position will be the antenna's position, and we know what hour, what is the time you ping in each antenna, so we can reconstruct the trips in the whole city using this kind of data
and everything.
Yes, but we don't have any personal information. The telecom operator before sending us the data, it's all anonymized data.
So regarding we receive all the data, and then how do we process them? Do you have a system where we can see it? Is there a chance to integrate that information in specific systems that we already use?
Yeah, we have a ready platform with the telecom operator in Portugal, and it's ready to use. It's ready to test when you want. We can create a zonification in the whole city, in the whole Lisbon, or in the whole country, and you can know how many trips or how many people we see in each area. All of this data is already scaled to the total population.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. Renato.
Yeah, Antonio, thanks for the pitch. Just one question to make sure that I clearly understand. Can your solution give an answer to this question? For example, how many Americans are today in Avenida Liberdade, for instance?
Yes, we also have the foreign people data that use the roaming access to the network. So we also see the internationals. So we just don't have real-time data. Okay, this is important to mention, but we have a very big period of historical data. So it's starting on 2022, and we have data for D-2. So we have the data from the 26th of February. So we have this data is continuous updated, but we don't have real-time data. Okay, just to mention that.
Okay. But we can get a kind of information data for a specific street, region, city, whatever.
Yes, you choose the geographic and territory to analyze.
Okay.
Yes, and in our platform you have several filters and variables, and you can mix some variables and mix some filters, some parameters to get the response of your question. So, for example, how many Americans we see in the plaza? I don't know. So we can mix these filters and grab the exactly results we need.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Artur?
Yes, thank you. So thank you, Antonio. I'm not sure if I followed exactly your solution. So I will ask you to clarify some doubts that I have. So you said that you already have a partnership with Altis Mel. Is that it? To have the
exactly
data?
Yes.
So from Vodafone and from NOS, you don't have it yet.
We don't have, but it's not in particular necessary because we see a very big sample in meu empresas, and we scale this to the total population. So if there's, for example, 50% of people in some city, we multiply it by 2, and we have a good estimation. Yes.
Yeah, I suppose you receive anonymized data. I
Yes.
suppose,
Yes,
of
yes.
course. And one other thing is, what is your business model with the client, with the end user client? Let's say?
Okay, we have some credit spec, and also we are interested in buying our data. We offer you some credit spec, and we explain you how these credits will be consumed. For example, for each area, for each day analyzed, you consume 10 credits. So if you have, for example, 100 of areas of interest, and you want to analyze a whole month, it will be, you should multiply the same 100 areas by 30 days, and we will know how many credits you need for your project. Then you go to the specs, and you choose the of credits would be enough for your, but it's a prepaid access, and we also have a subscription model that you pay a monthly fee, and you have unlimited access to the platform.
So you act as a broker between the operator, which core business is not selling their own data, and the end user client, right?
Not specific a broker, because we add the most important value at this process, that is our algorithms that are capable to reconstruct all these trips, because the telecom operator just have the events for each user, but they don't know how to transform this into a valuable information for mobility. For example, they are not capable to understand the trips. And we use like social physics and other algorithms to understand these behaviors. So in our platform, you have the ready data to use to mobility, to analyze events, or any other use case.
Okay, clear. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Sorry, Tomé. What I will ask you is like keep your question, and we can reach Kido, okay? So we can move forward. Thank you so much for your attention, Antonio. Great speech. Okay, it was really good also to see that other partners are interested and are accepting our challenges of adapting the solution to their own challenges. So thank you. Let's keep in touch, and have a great day.
Okay, thank you too. Have a great day. And sorry for my English because I'm not fluent, but I just try to do my best. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so moving forward, we have Pavel from Neuron.
Neuron Soundware.
Yes. So, okay, great.
Hello everyone.
When you want, Pavel.
Yep. So you see now my screen, right?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Hello everyone again. I'm Pavel Tránek. I'm leading sales and marketing at Neuron Soundware. And I'm excited to present you an overview of our company and our specialized expertise in asset analysis, transportation, and mobility. So we are Neuron Soundware, and we say we listen to machines. We develop AI and machine learning algorithms, and we provide expertise to maximize the performance of industrial equipment and processes in transportation and also in energy sector. We do it by analyzing sound and other physical parameters of machines, and we also analyze the digital images. Our innovation breakthroughs have been acknowledged by many companies around the globe. We have received multiple awards, ranking us as top 5 innovators in the space. Cool Vendor by Gartner, or the best predictive maintenance solution by ABB. We develop not only AI and machine learning algorithms, but the whole operating platform. It consists of our own edge IoT device, the web-based software application, and the machine learning algorithms processing the data either in the cloud or on-site. And we apply our technology to sensor and Internet of Things solutions, the data intelligence applications, the pattern analysis and smart predictions of failures in critical elements in infrastructure. and we deliver an online 24/7 continuous monitoring. In just 7 years, we have already made a significant impact on our customers by delivering impressive benefits. These numbers you can see on the slide, these are not from some theoretical studies. These are real figures that we have achieved through our implementation of our solution. We always make sure that we deliver up to our customers' expectations. Our solution, it stands out due to unique combination of artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms, the custom IoT hardware for edge computing, and the web-based software for data analysis. We have more than 130 installations on 3 continents, and we work with some of the biggest names in the industry. And of course, we want to have your name on our list as well. We have Spanish-speaking colleagues, German-speaking colleagues, and we are from the very beginning globally operating company. We have our solution ready to be sent, installed, and run by even very little skilled personnel. We have served many clients in transportation and mobility, and as you can see, by monitoring of robotic arms, HVAC systems, conveyor belts, doors, escalators, or point machines for the trains. We have made the commuting and traveling experience for the passengers safer, smoother, and more enjoyable. Our efforts and delivered services have been recognized by mass media, and it will be also our pleasure to make you and your services famous as well. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to achieve a greater efficiency in transportation and mobility with you. And please, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. That is the end of the presentation.
Thank you, Pavel. Great pitch, great timing. So questions, Q&A. It was all pretty clear. Okay, we have Tume.
Yes, thank you, Rita. It's one question about, because you talk about point machines on the railways. What is the use case? Do you have a use case of using the? Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the point machines, they just get stuck, or the components in the point machines itself break, and that's why it can cause the delays on the railway, and that's why we're co-developing a solution for such a service in Germany and Japan.
But he's using cameras or other sensors.
We have applied the vibrations or vibro diagnostics and acoustic sensors for this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for the question, Tume. Okay, so any further questions? Okay, so if we don't have any further questions, we can move forward.
I would like to ask one thing. That is, we have a maintenance management system here in ANA that it's used also by most of our service providers. And my question is if we can integrate the information of your system with ours, because that would be the most. We don't want too many tools.
Absolutely.
We have one tool that combines all the information.
Yeah, thank you for your question, Rita. It's a common question from our customers because it's annoying to have multiple windows and multiple systems. So we integrate our data and the outcomes of the monitoring to the current customer monitoring or execution systems, or we can integrate through the standard protocols, and we are used to doing that. We say we are independent on hardware, we are independent on software, and the most valuable part are the algorithms that are processing the data and providing the valuable and actionable insights into the asset operation. So again, yes, it is possible, and we do it.
Okay, thank you, Pavel.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. Okay, so if we don't have any further questions, we can move on. And just want to highlight that if any questions arise while we are thinking or just talking with your colleagues, please feel free to reach out and we will get the message to the startups, okay? Pavel, want to thank you for your time. Really great pitch, and let's keep in touch, okay? Thank
Absolutely.
you. Have a good day.
Thank you, everyone, for your time, and let's keep in touch. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we still have some minutes here, right? Ok, temos 2 minutos. Não sei se conseguimos antecipar, João. Se não...
Sim, já estou a trazê-los para aqui. São 3 pessoas.
Ok, pronto. Só para dar aqui, antes de os integrar, só para dar também aqui este enquadramento. Portanto, este será a última startup e aquele parceiro que realmente nos chamou aqui mais a atenção são as airlines, neste caso aqui a TAP. E pronto, lá está, mais uma vez desafiamos aos outros parceiros a serem criativos, se virem que pode ser também aqui uma solução que se possam aqui adotar para os vossos desafios. Ok, João, quando quiseres.
Já deverão estar aqui, Rui.
They are already here. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Marcin.
Okay. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, George. Hello, Rita.
Hello. So,
Hey.
good afternoon and welcome. So you are the last, but not the least. So feel free to start your pitch when you want.
Okay, I'm going to share the screen, then I'll go into presentation mode, and then I will start the pitch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
I will start. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So good afternoon. I'm Jeff Hoffman with Wayfarer Solutions. We are a company that delivers a gamification platform that helps drive customer and audience engagement. For the purposes of this pitch, we are going to help enable and realize greener journeys. As you'll see from our presentation, we also support commercial journeys as well. This is all powered by our digital solution. There are 3 founders at Wayfarer. Each of us are here on the call. We come from a different background. I have a business development and sales background, having worked directly for and supporting products to some of the world's biggest companies. Marcin is our technology lead, built and commercialized the loyalty platform that serves some of the world's biggest airlines. And Dave has been designing products and award-winning solutions for some of the world's biggest FMCG brands his entire career. We've been working together for 5 years to help solve a problem that we've all seen through our entire careers, which is every time we launch something new, as brands, we have trouble driving consumer behavior to adopt the product, services, and experience that we've created. Hence, we developed Wayfarer. Now, since we started the business, we are a startup, but we have signed contracts with some number of airlines and non-airline clients to date. We are currently developing some very interesting partnerships. We are revenue generating, and as you can see, we are working and very comfortable working with some of the world's and regional biggest brands. Why are these brands working with us? Using the Wayfarer solution, which I'll introduce in the next couple of slides, it just works. When using Wayfarer's approach to gamification, augmenting existing marketing solutions, our customers get more people to spend more time and spend more money using our approach. The secret is games and gamification. So we all love games. We can all identify with games. We've been playing them our whole lives. Games are very simple. They're rule-based, there's progress, and we feel good about the progress. The rules apply to all of us ubiquitously. And what we do at Wayfarer is we take the concept of games and turn them into rule-based, real-life experiences across any engagement, any customer journey that we can imagine. So at Wayfarer, we are technology and gamification experts. We bring a solution that has pre-populated mechanics and templates that allows us to gamify any experience. So in an airport or through an airport journey, we can gamify any touch point that a passenger and or employee will come across. But the purposes for what we're doing here with this program is to basically drive greener behavior, emulating a project that we currently work with Etihad Airlines for. So Etihad Airlines leverages Wayfarer's strategy and technology to use the power of their brand to drive audience behavior, to get their hundreds of thousands of passengers to take millions of micro behaviors that are environmentally sustainable simply by leveraging the power of the loyalty program. We present opportunities to be more eco-friendly. Passengers respond to those, and they're rewarded by the airline. The airline gets to take credit for helping customers be more sustainable. We have a couple of different ideas that we can pitch. There are ideas that we can use to implement with individuals. There are gamification aspects to working with cohorts. So whether they're groups of individuals, groups of employees, or company versus company, any audience, we have this ability to drive gamification. Our engine is designed to integrate into any tech ecosystem. So we integrate quickly, literally 14 days for a full enterprise integration, create solutions quickly, and drive effective engagement on any screen. Why Wayfarer? We are market proven. We have the technical expertise. We're gamification focused. We understand the market. We are fast to get to market. We can implement in a matter of days, and we can drive effective solutions. I hope that we have the opportunity of working with many of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your pitch. Thank you, and for the customization. Okay, so questions, Q&A. No questions? All clear? Okay, so I don't know if it's a question or if it's one that forgot.
Arthur, go ahead.
I have a question. For me, it was not very concrete, exactly the solution. So I'm not sure if it was a question, if it's a question. But since no one raised a hand, maybe use these 5 minutes, at least for myself. I felt this. For me, it was not exactly concrete. What exactly is the solution? Being very honest here.
Okay. Certainly appreciate the question. So we deliver at our core a technology solution, a software platform that is designed to plug into your existing technology architecture to basically bring marketing solutions to life using the power of gamification. So in a typical, like a loyalty environment, loyalty marketing solutions have very limited access to data within an airline ecosystem or a brand ecosystem. With our solution, we can actually bring in data from within the organization or from partners outside of the organization to give the loyalty program managers ready access to the full complement of the ecosystem within which their passengers or their members are participating. We then use an event-driven business rules engine to create solutions. So we might say, if somebody comes to an airport every month and we want them to use the parking lot and be incentivized, if we want them to shop at a store, we can actually use our layer of software to create these challenges within your existing ecosystem, deliver those challenges through your screens or through your platforms, and drive that customer behavior. Now, at the core, we deliver the technology solution. That we also provide end-to-end services. So a number of our customers say, hey, that's really interesting. We don't have ready access to design. We don't have ready access to technology. We are able to provide and augment those services for the clients as well.
Yeah, in terms of concept, I think it's clear. Maybe if you could illustrate that with some concrete, with a concrete example, maybe it wouldn't be more clear in terms of the passenger journey on aviation.
Yeah, so would you like me to explain the work we do with Etihad? That's probably the most readily available screen I have here to present.
Yeah, if no other partner has concrete questions, I would say to use the time for that. But if any of the partners have concrete questions, then in that case, I would say go to the other partners' questions.
So far, we don't have questions, so I think we can move forward with that clarification.
Okay, so the use case with Etihad, Artur, was Etihad wanted to deliver the world's first airline sustainable loyalty program. And they were looking for a vendor that could plug into their technology stack and serve this layer of challenges and recognition against those challenges. So the screen that you see here today is live on Etihad's website today. The program is called Conscious Choices. So what we do on our platform is we configure, I think there are 23 different badges today, or 23 different challenges. Roughly half of them have to do with Etihad. Half of them roughly have to do with partners. So one of our favorite examples is the equivalent in Abu Dhabi of Uber Eats is called Talabat. So it's deemed by Etihad, if a passenger uses food delivery from Talabat, that's more sustainable than driving to the restaurant yourself. So with our software, we're plugged into Talabat. We can recognize the member with a unique user ID. So when that member delivers or does that activity, our software recognizes that member 123 ordered from Talabat. We then trigger an email that says to the member, thank you for being sustainable. You've won something. We trigger to the loyalty system to issue that award. We trigger the data warehouse to update basically the member's profile in the data. So we basically have this layer of software that's connecting different pieces of the ecosystem that they weren't able to accomplish on their own without leveraging our technology. So the beauty here is, and this is coming from a brand manager background, like when we set up our annual KPIs or what we want our audiences to do every year, we literally can take those KPIs and turn them into actions that get sent directly to the market. So we like to think of that as just laser shooting at a customer rather than kind of shotgun approach. So we can literally go to an existing audience, whether they're high-performing members, mid-performing members, or even disengaged customers, and we can bring them all up a level by raising engagement through awareness activation and using our technology to bring all of the different systems together to give the marketing teams that one single source of activation, leveraging our technology and frequently leveraging more of our services to complement the technology to bring these ideas to life.
Yeah. The value of gamification is certain. How would you suggest? Obviously, we are here talking about pilots. No one here, I think, is willing to go to deep dive in a solution like this. How do you see a pilot, kind of a very small one, start small? How do you see that in this context of your solution?
So we would first ask what problems or what challenges you're trying to solve when it comes to either passenger or employee engagement within the airport. And so let's take an example we have with another airport in another region where the head of the marketing and commercial team wants to take the passenger and leverage and own the passenger right through the airport journey. And the number one thing that she wants to do is to basically increase sales for the partners within the airport. And so what we are able to do is you can put QR codes around the airport, customers can scan it. Once we have that scan, we have a landing page where we can begin to deliver the types of activities that the partner ecosystem might want to contribute to increasing shopping engagement. That's a very simplistic case. Another one might have to do with flight disruption. Like if we know a flight disruption is going to happen, there are activities today that trigger flight disruption. But if we get the flight disruption and we're partnered into the vendors at the mall or the vendors at the airport, excuse me, we can basically, and we've somehow maybe we've already profiled that customer. We're very good at profiling customers and understanding needs. Like if we know somebody likes coffee and there's a flight disruption, we can bring the different systems together to say to passenger 456, your flight's going to be disrupted. Here's your $5 voucher. This coffee shop is busy. Go to that coffee shop. You won't have to wait long. right, and wait in line any longer. So we have this ability that really didn't exist before to bring different systems together to create unimaginable experiences and bring them to life. But it all starts with a problem that you're trying to solve. We've had other airports say to us, hey, we bring new vendors on board, they stop working. What can we do to use gamification to basically measure, monitor, and reward our vendors for doing their job? Like, never could have imagined that we would ever hear that come out of somebody's mouth, but this is the power of bringing our technology to conversations like this, where you're doing things every day, and all of a sudden this tool shows up that has the ability to create the unimaginable and bring it to life, if that makes sense. We're very powerful at working with teams, using our technology to drive solutions like that. What if we could do this? Wayfarer becomes a very valuable partner for customers who ask those questions.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and also thank you, Artur, for making that clarification for us. Okay, so right now we are in the end. Jeff, thank you for your time. If any kind of question of partner arises, we will reach you. Meanwhile, let's keep in touch, and thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Thank you all very much for the opportunity, and thanks for going through the day and giving us the time.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tchau.
Ok. Peço só aqui para ficarem um bocadinho aos parceiros. Estamos aqui 5 minutinhos. You can just close.
Leave the meeting or leave the breakout room?
No, just leave the meeting. Yeah.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah. Ok. Então, mudando para português, acho que estamos todos cansados, não é? Mas espero que seja um bom cansaço. Isto acaba por ser sempre muito exaustivo, porque estamos assim com esta atenção. Mas fazendo só aqui um balanço, espero que tenha sido positivo. Amanhã temos aqui a última ronda e queria partilhar aqui convosco muito rapidamente. Não vos queria também tomar aqui muito mais do vosso tempo, até porque já estamos aqui 6 minutinhos pós aquilo que era o combinado. Portanto, só para partilhar aqui convosco aqui os next steps. Portanto, como o Jorge explicou, portanto, o objetivo é avaliar estas startups, portanto, fazer aqui uma seleção das 20, portanto, mais do que já identificar a preocupação para já. É bom que se tenha em consideração de quem é que nós conseguiríamos fazer aqui um copiloto, contudo, nesta fase, até porque ainda isto é um namoro, não é? Portanto, vamos conhecendo, este foi o primeiro contacto com as startups, portanto, acaba por ainda ser cedo para assumir aqui determinados papéis, contudo é sempre bom nós já termos aqui esse drive do que é que gostaríamos. Mas aqui o grande objetivo é nós excluirmos, portanto, 10 das 30 finais. Portanto, é isso. Só fazer aqui um ponto de situação. Portanto, sendo que o objetivo é nós termos aquele form preenchido para chegarmos aqui a essas top 20, portanto, é um form por entidade. Contudo, aquilo que nós aconselhamos, e repetindo aqui um bocadinho o que disse no início, até porque depois houve pessoas que chegaram mais tarde, portanto, aquilo que nós aconselhamos é que tenham também aqui umas syncs com algumas reuniões internas entre a empresa, aquilo que vocês acham que também vai acrescentar aqui valor a esta avaliação. Faz sentido, às vezes, algumas áreas estarem também aqui envolvidas, portanto, sintam-se também à vontade para partilhar, para que depois, então, até terça, possam partilhar aqui connosco esse form final. Do nosso lado, portanto, aquilo que depois da manhã, portanto, ainda falta amanhã, depois da manhã, o que vamos enviar é aqui as gravações, portanto, de hoje e da manhã, para que então vocês possam fazer essa avaliação, quem não teve aqui, quem não pôde estar aqui presente. E é isso, portanto, aqui do nosso lado, para já, para hoje, é isto.
Eu tenho uma questão, Rita, peço desculpa, tá? É que está aqui be present in the bootcamp preparation meeting
Sim.
no dia 13 de março. Isto é uma coisa que já está marcada para nós?
Já está marcado, sim. Já está um placeholder à partida. Quer dizer, não está. Mentira, eu acho que.
Não, Rita, não
Eu acho
está.
que tem razão, não está marcado.
Ainda não
Pois é,
está.
estava só a ver.
Não está.
Não é para essa data.
Mas é a preparação, Rita,
Não, é
verdade?
preparação, é a reunião de preparação.
Ok. Eu acho que
Sim,
não tenho no calendário.
ainda não está o convite, não está. Tem razão.
Mas também é para pessoas, nós, ou é só para as pessoas da ANA?
Não, é parceiros, é só para parceiros. É, no fundo, fazer aqui uma preparação entre todos para aquilo que será aqui o bootcamp. Portanto, será esse aqui o grande objetivo.
Mas vai ser online ou presencial? Não?
Pronto, isso não foi enviado exatamente por isso, porque nós tínhamos
Tá bem.
ficado em até poder ser presencial, até se tinha falado na questão de visitar o aeroporto. Contudo, pronto, temos que alinhar também aqui com a Ana, assim que nós também alinharmos, falamos aqui convosco, pode ser? Amanhã, se calhar, já conseguimos dar aqui novidades. Amanhã até ao final da semana. E é isso. Portanto, para já, aquilo que me resta é desejar-vos aqui um bom descanso, boas leituras para também as startups da manhã. E pronto, não sei, também disponibilizar aqui o tempo para se tiverem aqui alguma questão.
Rita, queria só dizer que amanhã vou estar com intermitências, porque tenho aqui um compromisso ao qual não posso faltar, e por isso vou estar até por volta das 15h30 e depois tenho que interromper até por volta das 17h30, portanto, se calhar já nem apanho a segunda parte, está bem?
Ok, perfeito. Entretanto, aqui o Jorge também partilhou um link para poderem dar aqui um overview geral de feedback, à semelhança daquilo que fizemos já no nosso All Partners Meeting, portanto é um feedback muito rápido, demora menos do que 1 minuto, portanto só mesmo para ter aqui o gut feeling do dia. E é isto. Do nosso lado, Helena, sempre.
Dizer que da outra vez não conseguimos entrar por questões de segurança, portanto vamos acabar por enviar feedback por e-mail, porque não conseguimos entrar no link, lembra-se, Rita, da outra vez não conseguimos.
Certo.
Ground force não conseguimos.
Ok. Então nós partilhamos então aqui, se calhar, partilhamos aqui o feedback form por e-mail, pode ser. Jorge?
Não, se for possível, Maria, envie-nos o feedback diretamente, mas caso pretenda que seja anónimo, nós podemos arranjar outras formas de o fazer. Mas no caso. Mas é ótimo, por e-mail nós estamos sempre prontos para receber o feedback, seja de que forma for. Obrigado pelo cuidado, Maria.
Combinado.
Obrigada.
Artur?
Sim, eu tinha aqui a mão no ar e espero não estar aqui a desestabilizar muito, mas aproveitando que estão aqui os parceiros todos, nós estávamos aqui em off, aqui numa conversa lateral, eu, a Magda e a Rita, porque não nos apercebemos exatamente desta data de 13 e alguns de nós, eu nomeadamente não vou poder estar, a Magda também no período da tarde difícil, Rita idem. Qual é que é a questão? Não sei se não poderia ser interessante, no caso dos outros parceiros, poderem também ter algumas limitações neste dia, se calhar fazer aqui uma espécie daquelas pools para ver à volta do dia 13, talvez o 14 e o 15, portanto, quarta, quinta e sexta, nestes 3 dias, onde é que poderiam estar mais. Não quero desestabilizar muito, mas é só para ter a garantia que teremos a maioria dos parceiros presentes, não é? Nós, nomeadamente, vamos ter aqui muitas limitações neste dia.
Ok, ok.
Sugestão.
Ok, podemos até, aliás, este dia até foi marcado tendo em conta aquela primeira data de bootcamp de 3 e 4 de abril, portanto, nós até podemos avançar para a semana seguinte se for mais conveniente, ok? Portanto, ou seja, não seria aqui a 13, mas se calhar aqui
19.
tipo 19, por exemplo.
19 era excelente.
Ou 18, talvez. Nós temos aqui um evento depois a 20, mas talvez aqui a 18.
Se calhar fazer daquelas pools, eu acho que funciona muito bem. Aquelas pools em que as pessoas dizem a sua disponibilidade e vemos qual é que será.
Ok, está bem. Então pronto, nós alinhamos aqui a data, se calhar enviamos e pronto, e depois se calhar até ao final da semana já conseguimos ter essas respostas.
Ótimo.
Ok, parece-me bem. Obrigada pelo vosso tempo. Boa continuação, bom descanso e vemo-nos amanhã.
Obrigado.
Tudo bom. Muito obrigado.
Boa tarde. Até amanhã.
Até amanhã.
Obrigado, boa tarde.
Obrigado.
Obrigada, boa tarde.